Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Cursed Ones. Really cursed today because none of us have good luck, apparently, besides me, the Dungeon Master.
Yeah, you probably will.
Never a good thing.
Yeah.
This whole cast is normal. There is nothing different about the cast today. No, not at all. Not in the slightest.
Not at all.
Yeah.
There's nobody out of place. I just realized I forgot to put everyone's face cams on their slides, so we'll do that as we go.
I believe in you.
Not prepared in the slightest. Hi everyone, welcome to D&D, where we play Cursed One.
So true.
Yes, we do.
I did the intro right. I did it right. Question of the day, because we do that here, is, let me think. Okay, let's make it, what's like a very specific and random take you have on something? Just something nobody really cares about, overly specific. I can go for, okay, no, Cole seems to be ready. let me get the nicknames up so we can do this. Back to business, literally. Who are you, and what's a very overly specific take that you have?
Hi, I'm Cole. I play Ryder. And since I was talking about it today to my dad and my brother, and I know Egg agrees with me on this, I believe that pepper can occasionally be spicy.
No, it's not. It's not.
I believe
you are so unbelievably white, Cole. I'm losing my mind.
World's worst Georgian man tells us that spice is spice.
I'm just saying that, no, pepper, like, you know, on its when it's mixed into stuff and such, it's not that bad. But the moment you bite into, like, a single peppercorn,
yeah, because that's
when it, yeah.
You're wrong.
Peppercorn is dangerous in the wrong hands.
We're already getting so controversial in our takes.
There you go.
It's just
Holy crap, okay.
I'm not claiming to be.
Lizard, more like, uh-oh. Dab?
I dab.
Why would you make me dab 2 weeks in a row for this?
Actually, 3 weeks in a row.
3 weeks I've been dabbing? This is horrible.
Yes.
All right, who are you? What's your take?
I forgot to change my name. I'm Agabuha, or Matthew, depending on what you want to call me. I play Thrux. An oddly specific take. I am personally of the opinion that Ocarina of Time is not the best Zelda game.
I agree.
And
I wholeheartedly agree.
And I have been known to just debate my mom pretty hard on this. I will not go into reasons because it will be an hour.
These are all just debate points that we have with our parents, apparently.
I'm going to a debate class with my parents right now.
Ryan, Nate the Great, who are you? And I guess what's a very overly specific take that you have?
All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Ryan. My connection here is that I am Liz's voice teacher.
Yeah.
Let's go!
Such an out-of-the-box thing to have. We talk about D&D so much, though, that it only feels appropriate.
We found a common interest here, and so here I am to join you for a couple sessions. I am playing my character from my Pathfinder game, Nathaniel Grandheart, also known as Nate the Great. He's the ringmaster of the circus in Galarian, which is, a different dimension that from you guys right now.
Completely different place. Now we're in Ethos. So welcome.
And now we're in Ethos. So here I am. It's a nice place to be. I'm looking around. It's very pleasant here. And oddly specific take, since we're talking video games, I think I will just say, for those of us in the audience who have played Pokemon Legends Arceus, the design of that game is probably how Pokemon should have been designed. From
yes, I love this
true.
Yes,
and speaking as someone who was alive in 1996, when Blue and Red came out, I just think that the way that they've built it is really quite good, and that's my specific take.
I really want to play it. I want to get that Decidueye.
Such a good game.
The Decidueye looks so good. Hisuian Decidueye.
It's a great game.
Oh, I'm excited to get it then.
I have way too many hours in it already.
Yes, me too.
Too.
Silly funny man, who are you? What's your overly specific take?
Hello, hi, I play Charpay, and my specific take, just in seeing the circus that we're entering, silks are the worst circus art. They're
True. So
people
true.
and they're me.
So
I
true.
was,
I've been in circus
that's my
camp.
take. They
I
are painful.
agree with you wholeheartedly.
Right.
They suck. They give you rope burn. They're horrible.
Thank
Hate
you.
them to death.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm here to join
Thank
you
you.
in support.
I'm glad you understand. Thank you.
Snarpo9, who are you? What's your overly specific take?
Hi, I'm Snarpo9. I play Unknown, also known as Own, and my overly specific take will be that LaCroix is a fantastic drink and it's
Stop.
not flavorless
You
at all.
need to stop with your
You-
LaCroix. You have
I
no
will
taste
not
buds.
stop.
You're like that of a Balkan seal.
Look,
no
at
taste.
least I don't think pepper's hot.
That's
That's
true.
true.
Okay.
Snarp.
In specific circumstances.
First off,
What would happen
How
if you
dare
put
you.
pepper in the LaCroix? Would it
Hey,
taste
see,
like?
LaCroix is I'd still drink
You-
it.
You'd probably have an unappetizing drink. But I'm with you, Snorp.
Yeah.
LaCroix is pretty good. I'm on the LaCroix train.
You're
Although
just-
right now I'm on the Diet Pepsi train.
Ah.
I also
you
have
were here.
English breakfast tea here, but
I got
Yeah,
matcha tea. Let's get it.
I
This is just
have
a drink
water.
showcase. Nice.
water. I'm only
Jack.
drinking water today.
Basic.
Yeah, and your green ass fucking.
But I'm
Hi.
but I'm
I-
professional. I'm
Who
drinking
am I?
water.
Why is-
I'm
okay. Hi. I'm sobbing and crying. It's so sad. I'm Dean.
Ow.
I'm the dungeon master. I play everybody else in this weird world, and I run everything. I'm the head honcho here. My overly
It's true.
specific take. You know how everyone has said that Venom is better off as like a romance buddy duo like comedy thing? I say the same thing about Night at the Museum. Night at the Museum
true.
is a romantic comedy between those two tiny dudes, Octavius and Jedediah.
You're very into
Furthermore-
them.
Furthermore, every single character that's what's his name? Owen Wilson? Is that his name? Yeah, Owen
Yeah.
Wilson.
Yes.
Every single character that Owen Wilson plays has just
Yeah.
a little bit of homosexual spice to it, is all I have to say.
At least it's not as
Including
spicy
Lightning
as pepper.
McQueen.
Yeah.
In fact, underline and bold Lightning
Yeah.
McQueen. Lightning
Yes.
McQueen is gay. This
Yeah.
is my overly
This is
specific
the
take.
truth. This is truth.
But
I liked
no.
it.
The
Good take.
the sexual tension between Jedediah and Octavius from the Night at the Museum movies is so intense. That's all I have to say.
This is so true.
I feel like everyone agrees with that take, though, if they've watched Night at the Museum.
Yeah.
Like, you can't
Yeah.
just... They quote Brokeback Mountain! You can't do that! And tell me you're not gay.
Fair.
Mr. Worldwide, who are you? What's your
Wow.
take?
I'm
Nice shirt. Anyways, name's Eon.
Thank you.
Play
Thank you.
Obviously, I'm gonna do a Pokemon anime take because here's my take here. I think that the X and Y anime is fucking overrated. They made Ash badass for no reason, which in the previous one he was happy-go-lucky because Black and White was a reset, and then in the next one, Sun and Moon, he was happy-go-lucky because that's his whole entire thing. He's happy-go-lucky.
Didn't
And then the
Pikachu
fucking
like
Flare
lose
arc.
to a Snivy in Black
Yes,
and White?
because in Black and White, Zekrom took over the electricity from
Okay,
Pikachu
I'm
because
sorry.
he was an
I'm sorry.
outsider.
I'm so sorry.
Anyways, I just think that anime is overrated. I technically like Black and White more than XY, even though that's the worst thing you can do. Because people hate Iris and Silence so much.
Today's the game. Today is the day of gamer takes and Pokemon takes, and I appreciate that. I don't have any gamer takes. All I have is two tiny gay men from Night at the Museum.
I have
That's all you
Pepper.
need sometimes.
You do have
Yes,
Pepper,
those are the
but
original
I'm
gamers.
disregarding
Cole
your
is
opinion.
correct.
It was really a spicy take if you think on it.
Hey,
Elon,
hey.
you're
Absolutely correct.
banned forever. All right.
Oh,
Thank you, Egg.
Just
The game
to
of
okay,
life.
we're gonna quickly run through. Actually, I'll run through a rather quick recap. Let's do that real quick.
I
Last
will get
session.
water while you're doing this.
Go do that. Last session, we started on top of the Pangea, a large creature that is kind of basically the party's train. It's weird. My window is just blasting me with light right now, so I close it. Canadian light.
whoa.
Alright. So from there, up atop the Pangea, you guys had a run-in with Grimoire where you talked out your feelings and discussions and figured everything out about his edgy backstory. I'm so proud of myself. And from there, you guys did like the typical Pangea affair. You bought some items. You know, destroyed the morality of just a simple grocery store worker. Just a normal, low-paying job guy. He's working minimum wage. You destroyed his hope. So, the usual. They love and respect retail workers.
We totally do.
And from there, you guys eventually made your way to Yashendale, where you parked and started to head to find the Midnight Circus, who is on the run again. And on your way, you found yourselves in Threadwire, the capital, the main city of Yashendale itself. And I think, honestly, I would call it the capital city of, like, the world. Like, altogether, it's probably the biggest city in all of Ethos. So, big. And the entertainment capital of everything. So, from there, it wasn't too hard to track down the Midnight Circus, considering they had advertisements plastered literally everywhere. And they had a massive big top in the middle of a grand central plaza that was just covered in hearts. You made your way there. There was some shenanigans in the carnival. There was a snail race, which ended in disaster as Charpay's snail nearly died. You got some prizes, won some excellent things. Ryder got the firebomb of many firebombs and such, and you guys got some funny items. Or the firebomb of many things, that is.
Which I'm scared of.
And from there, you guys started investigating around the scene, where there's gonna be a small retcon here for those here last session. Don't worry about it. I learned something in retrospect. Where you guys went backstage and heard two figures talking within a tent. One of them was like a more male, masculine kind of voice. The other one, I'm changing from a low, deep hobgoblin voice to a higher-pitched, strange-sounding voice. That's the retcon. We'll get to it in a second. And after a bit of conversation, there was, maybe a firearm pulled, and things are bad. You guys are all unconscious now, and stuff is happening. But, you know what? I think I'm going to take us a little bit prior to that trigger being pulled and the spell being cast upon you all. We are going to go about 15 odd minutes ago. And things weren't the same as they are now, so we're going to begin, I suppose. And I'm going to put on the creepy carnival music and circus music forbidden carousel ambiance.
Love overly long YouTube titles.
I love it too. We all love it. All right, let me turn that down so I can talk over it and we won't get horribly destroyed by copyright. All right. Behind the multicolored big top, in an alleyway, the ringleader's tent, two people are sitting face to face over a small, dainty, but expensive-looking mahogany table. There's a large stack of parchments lined up on one side of the table with company bookkeeping records and transactions, lists, papers, permits, and more. The other holds a small locked chest embellished in gold and an elegantly carved wand made of twisted purple wood. I need to turn this down. This is really loud. We're at the spooky carnival, but it's not that spooky, guys.
It's very scary.
On one end of the room is a tabaxi woman. Gray fur, piercing yellow eyes, a ringleader's outfit in bright crimson, and lavender-striped pants. She has a belt buckle around her waist with a moon on it, and a large sheen top hat adorned with golden accents that look like feathers. On the other end, Ryan, would you like to describe your character?
Yes, on the other end sits a human male of average height and build, slightly, I would say probably 6 feet, 6'1". And a little kind of bulkier than, your average, perhaps, priestly fellow. And this man is Nathaniel Grandheart, also known as Nate the Great. He has long, flowing brown hair with just a little bit of gray in it. Again, he's a bit older than... He's seen some stuff. He's been around. And he's kind of in full... imagine him in kind of full, like, war priest regalia. He has a bit of a... He kind of avoids the clerically look. He looks more like he's ready for a fight than anything else. But and he's there, and he's just kind of nodding sagely.
All right. I'm going to also post the picture that I have drawn into arts for those who want to see. So, Nathaniel, over the past few weeks, ever since the Midnight Circus came to town, it's been nothing but chaos over Yashandale's entertainment industry. Choirs have been shut down, and people have suddenly been pushed out of their scheduled venues. There's acts bought out and replaced with bright, shimmering pre-show advertisements for the Midnight Circus. Though no act has been hit quite as hard as the Wayward Wonders. In fact, over the past week, all of them have turned up missing. Vanished from rehearsals, gone by showtime, even vanishing right as their cue for the act is being given. All of them are gone, besides you. Every act, every single creative performance has been shafted, destroyed, or bankrupted. Every single performance in Yashandale, besides the Midnight Circus. You were requested by Mistress Dusklight herself to meet you here for such a meeting, and now you both sit in relative silence before a smile quirks up her cheek, and she's gonna lean over the desk to you. What a pity. What happened to your troupe? I have nothing but the utmost sympathy for you. Troops are like families.
I'm sure you do. Nate is not impressed.
It's a terrible shame losing such close family members like that. I felt that way before, I think we both know that. But I didn't call you here to just give you my sympathy. She's gonna kind of root through the pile of papers on the kind of left side of her desk, and eventually she pulls out a parchment and is going to slide it forward on the table towards you. It's text that you've seen before, as you've signed it before. It's a contract to join the Midnight Circus.
Nate is just going to take the contract and put it off to the side, and he's going to say, yeah, it is a strange coincidence that all of the members of my troupe, except for me, are missing. What do you know about this phenomenon?
Why?
This is a knowing look he's sending her.
I wouldn't know a thing. I'm simply here running my show. I'm far too busy to be out and about nowadays with such a large revival of our show and so many new wonderful acts to construct. I wouldn't know a thing. It is truly a shame, but I think in situations like this, it's best if we just move on with things, don't you think? Make our way to greener pastures, perhaps? We've been short on muscle as of late, and a position may be open for someone of your talents after tonight. I wouldn't worry about your troupe. There's new opportunities ahead.
Can I tell if she's lying to me?
Roll insight.
All right. I apologize for how quickly or not it's going to take me to roll here, as I remember how D&D works. So I roll a D20 plus my persuade or plus my insight, which is 4.
Yes,
okay.
and I will be rolling persuasion, and if you beat my roll, you kind of like genuinely figure out what's happening here. I got a 16.
I got 11.
Oh. You've heard her silver tongue act before. You know, typically when she's being suspicious, but the way she's talking right now, you're almost believing for a second that she might be telling the truth, that she doesn't know what's happening. I am going to make you roll perception as well, because I think you're still suspicious. I think it's reasonable to say you are very suspicious. You know a lot going on right now in the entertainment industry.
You know, I rolled a 2 for a total of 6, and so I'm just going to say Nate is just so overcome by the loss of his longtime troupe, including Caedmon Shadowend and Zelazaz of the Pack Sign. These are his close friends who are all gone, and he is very distraught. Presuming you didn't roll a 1.
I did not roll a 1.
Welcome to the party. It's literally always like this for us.
Yes, here we go. I'm about to experience it.
She is going to reach over to the table, and where you move the parchment over, she's going to slide it back in front of you and is going to put a quill down next to it. All
right, I'm going to open it up.
You open it up. It's it's pretty much the bog standard you would get for a contract that basically would take all of the rights for your brand persona self and give it to the Midnight Circus. It's not a good contract. It would be good if you were completely out of a job and there were no other options and you needed the money and needed the exposure. It's not good for anything else. This is a last resort type contract. It's one that's supposed to entice and grab in people who are new to the industry and don't understand that there are protections in place to help newer actors and such to not get their rights taken from them. This is the opposite of that.
Right. And, Nate is a seasoned circus professional. He's been doing this for a long time.
Yes.
This has been his primary vocation. He kind of, just so everyone knows, a bit of the backstory, that Nate wasn't exactly the best clerical student. When he was studying Torm, I believe is the goddess equivalent or the god equivalent of Iomedae in Pathfinder. So I'm going to say Torm.
Okay.
And he's not he wasn't the best student. He always felt a connection to Torm, but was never kind of the practicing fellow. And so he's been primarily a circus worker for the past 20 years. And so he knows that this contract is not great. So he's going to roll it back up and he's going to put it in his pocket. And he'll just say, I'll consider it.
We had a good thing going, Nathaniel. Come on. I'll let you perform with us one more time. It's obvious that right now things are strained, but you'll enjoy yourself. And
Nate's going to fire. Nate's going to fire back. Nate's going to fire back, and he's going to say, well, Mistress Dusklight, last I worked for you, I left because of your unsafe working environment and general disregard for your performers. And I'm not certain that has changed. And so I'm going to need some amendments to this contract if I'm going to be joining up. I don't need to be doing this. I can, just like I did before, I can leave and start my own shop. So you're going to have to convince me.
Leave and start your own shop? I'm afraid you won't be doing that. The Midnight Circus...
And why is that?
Well, the Midnight Circus is going to be taking control of the entertainment industry from here on out. It's a lucrative business, especially in Yashandale. You understand that competition can get fierce. We're simply trying to make our own territory. And I know if you leave this tent without signing the contract that you'll be doing everything in your power to try and expose us for things that you have no basis of, well, charging us on. So, if you're not going to sign the contract in front of me, well, measures might be taken.
You can take measures, and I can take measures. And he stands up and gets in closer to her in an intimidating fashion. With his sword sheathed on his hip, he puts his hand to his sword. And he's going to say, whose measures will be stronger?
I guess we'll find out. All right, roll dexterity. Just roll sleight of hand against me. We are going to see who pulls their weapon first.
Oh boy.
Nat 20.
Of course.
I'm sorry.
Natural 1.
Natural 1 versus a nat 20.
That's the worst thing that can happen.
Fortunate.
Nate is fucking dead.
Nate, you reach down for the sword, and as you start to try and yank it out, you hear a click and see a firearm pressed right to your temple. And she is just going to give you a slick Cheshire grin and just go, "You're a bit rusty. If you stayed with us, that wouldn't have been the case." She aims the gun slightly lower, kind of around the jugular area, and she is going to shoot for a 21 to hit.
That hits.
You feel a little swoop go into your neck as this small kind of pierced needlepoint dart is going to connect to your jugular region. And it doesn't take long for the world to start to grow very hazy around you. You kind of struggle to keep your bearings and such, probably bracing against a table, still trying to unsheath your sword or do something. But it isn't long before your knees buckle and you collapse to the ground as the world completely fades into oblivion. Though, as you drop to the ground, your head kind of tilts to the side, where outside of the tent, you see a number of shadows outside, as this kind of what looks like a large group of people outside are looking at the scene inside. So at least you know there were witnesses. Though you also feel Mistress Dusklight step right over you and open up the tent, and that is about when the world goes dark for you all.
Great start.
It's going great.
I'll be completely fine.
Yay.
Everyone else, you guys know what's happened to you right after this event happened. So for everyone at the moment, there is nothing but silence, darkness, and whatever comes to you in your sleep. And then, for everyone, a sudden bombardment of noise, light, clatters, and crescendos. You guys suddenly hear screaming, shouting, wailing, and whistling. And there's spotlights over your heads, which, as you crack your eyes open, just a sliver, it's very uncomfortable and burning, like looking straight into a light. But when those of you who are seeing, we have some blind party members, manage to tear your eyes open, you notice that you guys are rising. And you're all standing on small pedestals, emerging out into the center of a massive circus ring. The lights are blocking near everything from sight, but you can tell, just from the sheer sound, that the audience watching you all is massive. And as your kind of pedestals rise up and click into place, you all can, see each other around you as you're lined up in a bit of a row, almost like a game show type array that you guys have been set in front of. There's little pedestals standing in front of you all, and if you were to try and move out of the way, you wouldn't be able to. There's kind of an invisible barrier keeping you inside this pedestal you guys are standing on. But you can look around and see each other at the moment. And you guys, yeah?
And here's a question.
Yes.
The mask that I have on that allows me to change into another person, would have been taken off? Or
Yes.
am I still a Genasi? Okay.
Yes, all of your guys' masks and disguises would have faded off or been taken off at this point. And you guys hear a loud voice, which is amplified by prestidigitation, goes, and now, broadcast to the wonderful citizens of Threadwire in front of our wonderful live audience. Welcome, ladies, gentlemen, and those in between or out of those bounds. Welcome to the revival of the Midnight Circus. Brought to you by Pots, Pans, Potions, and Poisons for all your greatest fantasies to come true. From your greatest love to your greatest enemy, Pots, Pans, Potions, and Poisons will have a concoction for you. And without further ado, I am your blessed and spectacular host, Heartbreaker! The air gets a sudden scent, like iron, roses, and the strong chemical scent of something akin to hairspray. There's a flash and a massive pink explosion in front of you all, like fireworks of hearts of all colors. And from its center, a man emerges. He's an Azamar man with puffy white wings that fold to look like a heart behind his back. He has bright long hair and an absolutely disastrous outfit on, with a maroon vest, a pink suit jacket with white striped sleeves, a red undershirt, a cravat, I don't know how to pronounce it, heart-patterned shorts over top heart-patterned red leggings, and massive high heels, bringing his 5'4" frame to a semi-respectable 5'6". He has a musketeer's hat on with bright pink plumage at the top. And as he turns to face you all, you see bright pink eyes, patchy stubble, and a massive scar over his left eye. I do have a picture of him, so I will be sending him for the sake of you all to get to see the beautiful Heartbreaker. Most of you guys have seen him already.
There's our boy.
Putting him in general, because why not? There's our boy!
Fair.
He is a disastrous looking man. And the audience breaks out into thunderous applause. Your eyes have adjusted by now, and it's kind of like... There's some strangeness happening in the audience. Like, everyone is on a perfect rhythm, and the clatter of claps feels very rehearsed. From this far, though, faces in the crowd are nigh incomprehensible. And now, our heroes of tonight's tale. Or perhaps our villains. They'll make you laugh, make you cry, make you weep and clap your hands until they start bleeding. Let's meet our wonderful volunteers for the night. And he is going to walk over, one by one, to each of your pedestals. He is going to first walk over to Charpay's. And he is going to look to you, and he is just going to gesture. And would you like to introduce your character, Charpay?
Yeah, Charpay she takes a moment, just like, he's like, deep sigh. Hi, Heartbreaker. It's so great to see you again.
Hi, it's been so long. You have just, I love the outfit you have going on right now. Love
Thank
everything
you.
about it. That's so great.
Got
It's
it
so...
From a friend of mine. Yeah, right?
Wow. I'll be putting
Yeah,
all the designs in arts.
Yeah, but to describe her, Charpay, she's a fire genasi woman without the fire. The fire is gone at this point, but she still has the gray skin, the pink eyes. She has blonde hair that has been cut into a bob by now, and she has these spiraling gold horns over her head because she is. It's a long story. Don't worry about it too much.
It is.
Yeah, she is very pink, very flowy, and she has two pink sides at her waist.
And he is just going to say, "This right here is the lovely Charpay Ashes. Are you ready to fling flames and just bring a spark of heat to the show tonight?"
Oh, certainly.
Excellent, excellent. Ooh, and next off, the thunder from Sunder. And he is going to gesture towards Triao.
Triao looking over to Charpay, seeing how she's figuring out the act. Also, he puts a forced smile. He just goes, "Hi!"
Okay. You can like tone it down. We don't need that much energy.
Well, I'm the
Like,
thunder of Sunder, as you said. I gotta be
keep it-
roaring.
keep it
I
realistic.
gotta be roaring.
Okay. So if you want to describe just real quick, if possible.
Yes, they're a good old brown dragonborn. You know, they have a little bit of scruff underneath their chin because, you know, why not? They're a good guy. They're mainly a little bit revealing, but you know, as a dragonborn druid, you gotta be with nature. You gotta reveal yourself.
So true. All right, and that is Triao. Next, they are going to walk over and just go, "Hi, short stuff. Haven't seen you before. What's your name, darling?" He reaches down at Thrux.
Thrux says, "The name's Kevin."
I'm gonna roll insight. You roll deception.
Can I make
Yeah.
natural 20?
His name's Kevin.
The magnificent, the king, Kevin.
Yay,
Thrux,
Kevin!
would you like to describe yourself?
I am a small 4'8". No, 4'11". Very small.
4'11".
My
height.
Yes, very small. Lizard folk who, yeah, he's about red and green. I'm colorblind, so it's a little bit hard for me to make out Thrux's actual colors.
Red green.
Dressed all in purple. His head now has a crater in it where an eye used to be. There was an unfortunate grenade incident. And he just presented himself with this stance of, "I'm a badass."
All right.
Sure.
Gonna walk over to Own and just like, he looks up and just goes, "What? What's your name? What are you?"
Hi, I'm Own, and I don't know if I should be identifying myself or not here, but
All right, this
don't
is
really
Own,
know
the
who-
unsure thing.
That's
All
true.
right. You can describe yourself.
yeah, Own's a warforged, which is more of like armadillo. I'm spacing on what it's the shape more of, but like more like a rolling into a ball than like a human shape. And they're wearing some like a cloak and such.
Yep, wizardly robes. They look rather old and oxidized as well, so an old machine. Okay. And then they'll be walking over to Ryder, because no one else is here. They'll go to Ryder and just go, "Oh wow, you're hot. What's your name?" Are you free after this?
What's going on?
Are you free after this?
He can't see.
He's blind. Describe
We're
yourself.
gonna ignore that.
He's blind. Okay. Heartbreaker is just gonna like lean against you, Ryder, and such, and like put his arm on your shoulder and just go.
He's gonna take it off.
This is the lovely. He puts it back on. The lovely and wonderful. What's your name? Please tell me. I want to know.
Ryder.
Ryder, the bodacious and beautiful man. Please describe yourself.
Ryder is a satyr, a gunslinger satyr. They're blind, and they have ki.
You're doing so well at this
You
description.
do.
Yeah,
It's true.
you know that.
Better than I did.
There's the picture.
That's the picture. All we need is the
We're just waiting
picture.
for the pictures.
All right,
That's
and last of all, he is going to shimmy on over to you, Nathaniel, and just go, "I was not told there was going to be another person here. This is a last-minute addition. I was not briefed on this. Hi. Who are you?"
Nate groggily, he's kind of still waking up from being drugged, so he's just kind of, and he responds to when Heartbreaker says that he wasn't informed, he says, it's news to me too. And he kind of just rubs his eyes and stands up on the pillar. And he will cast Thaumaturgy to give himself a little bit of a booming voice. Ever the showman.
Okay.
Nate sees an audience, ever the showman, and he's going to say, "You will regret bringing me here." And he kind of shoots a bit of a sharp glare at Heartbreaker, and he says, "We will see whose heart is broken by the end of the show."
I like this guy. Okay.
Okay, I am being upstaged, which is not gonna do. What's your name?
Why, of course, I am well known to these audiences. I am Nate the Great, Nathaniel Grandheart.
They start applauding more than they applauded to Heartbreaker, as people in the audience do indeed know you. And there's like screaming and excitement and cheering, and Heartbreaker just looks up at the crowd and just goes, "Stop, no, okay."
In response to the
Wonderful.
cheering, he takes his sword, which I imagine I still have
you
my
have.
equipment and stuff. Okay.
Yes.
They were very dumb to not strip that off of me. Anyways, he takes his sword and he kind of just gives a little pumping it up to the crowd.
They eat it up, and there is like so much fanfare for all of you guys now, and you hear people in the like the crowd going, "Nate, Nate, 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 Nate," just over and over again. And Harrison,
like, Nate, I don't even know you, but Nate.
Nate.
and Heartbreaker is going to prestidigitation, or Thaumaturgy rather, and is going to make his voice boom much louder than yours. It's kind of like, it's one of those kind of trying to one-up you type deals, and it's just gonna go, "These beautiful contestants will be performing in a number of challenges and games with the sole goal of winning and surviving," which I hope some of them don't. "Challenges survived but lost will result in a spin from the loser wheel, a mystifying magic contraption with spells to provide the grossest and most gruesome of effects. Challenges won mean you get to live another day, simple as that. So let's give them all a hand, but not that much of a hand, ladies and gentlemen, as this is going to be quite the show tonight." And people are still chanting in the audience, "Nate, Nate, Nate," as they are just uproarious with applause and cheers. And
Nate takes a bow.
and by the time the fanfare kind of settles down, Heartbreaker already looks peeved and just like generally like, he looks upset. He's trying to like poof out his hair and like fluff up his jacket and such to try and make him more revealing. And as things begin, he is going to walk right in front of Nate's post and spread his wings real wide just so that he can attempt to cover Nathaniel. You said that Nate's like 6 foot or so.
Yeah, 6'1", say 215 pounds of muscles.
Your head is peeking out over him. He is not covering you very well. He's very short. Okay, let's start this show off right, shall we? And these small wooden pedestals are going to raise out from the ground in front of you all, engraved with 2 glyphs on them, which are both written in Celestial. I don't know who can read Celestial here. I believe Charpay can. Thrux can. Nate can. Okay.
I can do Common, Celestial, and Draconic, just so everyone knows.
Yes,
Nice.
let's go.
And, okay, so one of these glyphs is going to say trust, and the other says greed. And he's just going to say, welcome to a little game of trust or desire. The rules are simple. If nobody takes the desire, everybody wins. If everyone takes but one takes the... You know, it's practically game theory. If everybody but one takes the desire, the one who took it wins. If everybody takes the desire, everybody loses. There's some weird wiggle room in the middle there, but we'll figure it out. Now, what would be so desirable as to make you betray your own combative companions? Why, of course, I have something that anyone would be enticed to. He flicks his hand, and from it you see this sparkling and shimmering illusion begin to appear in the air, with magic swirls that ebbs and flows just like around his hand and up into the air. And the audience starts to ooh and ah as a token appears. It's a small talisman of sorts with shimmering text and glyphs and runes that swirl around it. It's almost oozing and bleeding with power. This right here, ladies and gentlemen, is a wish. No strings or monkey's paw attached. Anything in the cosmos that, you know, anyone besides a real god could really... Anything in the cosmos is yours. Of course, that's if you win. He flicks his wrist and the illusion vanishes, and he turns to you all. So what'll it be? Trust or desire? I would like everyone to send me a private message of if they're going to press trust or desire.
Real quick.
Yeah.
So, in front of us, these are just some things that, you know, there's nothing indicating by touch or whatever.
There is actually.
Which one?
You know what?
Okay,
They're
okay.
accessible. If you were to run your hand over it, one of them would be shaped kind of in like the regional marker for currency. So I would say $, but it's not that. It's just like a currency symbol and such. And the other one is going to just be like, I guess a star. So you can kind of discern from that.
Do you
Ryder's
have any
gonna...
time to like discuss?
You guys can discuss if you would like.
Ryder's gonna reach out his hand and be like, it's not the most obvious, I'm gonna be honest.
Oh, okay, the one on your left is going to be trust, and the other one is desire. The right is desire. You know. We try to be accessible.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
And we all have these slates in front of us, like we each have a set.
Yes, we each have a set of 2.
Okay.
But you guys can discuss if you would like.
Let me send my choice.
I will
Trey
say
says
that
out loud, like, I already have my desires. Fuck this.
you guys probably
Yeah.
saw Nathaniel immediately shoot a hand out and press down a button.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it wasn't frantic in any way. It just was Nate reached his hand out. He pressed a button. It's just second nature to him to go in one direction with this kind of question.
Excellent.
Ryder's gonna speak up, kind of turn his head around to both of his sides. Just, well, couldn't we just all do trust except one of us and then wish us all out of here?
Oh, you get the wish if you survive all the games.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the only real string attached, because that would be kind of boring.
Well, if we all do
Understandable.
trust, I mean, then we just move on.
Well, then there's no point to pressing desire. Everyone, look, I'm trusting you all here.
I trust you as well, Ryder. Hey,
He's
here's
gonna-
a
well,
funny
I
little
guess I
story. You wouldn't know this because you know, obviously you're not seeing. My good friend Kevin over there. He has 2 eye situations, but one of them was from you know, actually my dear old dad. His name is One Pharaoh. He's a genie,
Mhm.
and
Ooh.
he kind of turned his eyeball into an eagle. because he didn't make his wish correctly.
Look.
So I hope none of you desire.
You know what I said. I said no strings or monkey's paw attached. Just a straight wish.
Well, here's the thing about Kevin. You know, even though he worded it,
We're going with the Kevin thing.
Well, his name is Kevin. What do you mean?
I'm no longer playing Thrux, I'm playing Kevin.
You know, he worded it as best as he could, but at the end of the day, everybody has a monkey's paw. You know?
That's true.
Harrison
The
looks
lizard's
at
paw, if you
Heartbreaker
will.
looks at his hands. Well, you know, you just choose whatever you think. Strategize, you know? Anything like that.
I think
He's posing while you guys are deciding, and he's very specifically trying to pose in front of Nathaniel, just trying to block him from the audience's view.
Thrux very loudly whispered to the people, especially people who already knew Heartbreaker, and goes, "He's supposed to be special? That Nate guy is much cooler."
I mean,
Nate's kind of above all of this. He's just sitting. He's just kind of waiting for the
doing
decision
the
to
thing
happen.
that he's cool for right now. This is his side hustle. It's not that good, but like just go with it.
Yeah, because right now the hype was not worth it.
Yeah, I know.
it's just like their fifth revival in a row, you know? They can't revive really goodly.
All right, I think we are, Harrison's gonna look over and just go, we are waiting on 2 more responses, and then it'll all be done. Excellent. Okay. I would also like everyone to DM me their passive perception.
Okay.
Passive perception.
I hope I have that written. I don't. Okay. I always forget.
Honestly, everyone besides Ryder, because Ryder wouldn't figure it.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
What are you talking about, Cole?
blind as hell.
Is
Yeah.
that perception plus 10?
Yes, I believe. Yes, it is, actually.
Oh, we
Wow.
Okay, thank you, everyone. Okay, and as you guys are giving me that, I'm just gonna pocket that away for later, if that is all right. Okay. All right. Okay, and as this is done, he is going to turn to the audience and go, "The results are in, dear viewers. Have they fallen to the whims of greed, or have they stayed true to one another? Will this forge new possible friendships, or break their trust in a close-knit bunch of contestants?" It's as if everyone's breath is being held for a moment, like nobody can spare a single exhale, as Heartbreaker's arm casts up, and from his fingertips, magic begins to glow, like he's about to cast another illusion. But then he lowers his hand and turns to everyone. "Let's hear it from our contestants, why don't we?" And he's going to walk over to Ryder first and go, "Would you like to tell the audience what you picked?"
I feel like I already did, but I pressed trust, obviously.
All right, and Kevin?
Thrux just goes, yeah. So I'm kind of a bit of a big deal. I'm kind of a
Just say
professional hero,
it's a
and I tend to try to help people. And
It's a
I give
two-choice
people
question,
my-
darling.
Yes, I know, my friend, my ever so cocky friend. Trust. I am a big fan of trust.
He's a big
Okay.
fan.
Good. Charpay?
I press trust.
Trust. All right. Big boy own?
I also pressed trust.
Triao. The thunder of Sunder. Are you the trusting of Sunder?
You know what?
That's a good one.
After 5 minutes of you standing here, they kind of slump over and roll their eyes. They can't put up their act anymore and just go, "Yes, obviously, it's gonna be trust, you dumb
Okay.
fuck."
And Nathaniel, keep it brief.
In the almighty name of the god of courage, Torm, he
Trust
raises
or
his
desire?
right hand. He says, "I pick trust."
Okay. We'll be revealing our true answers later. Now, let's let the real show begin. And
What's the point? Okay.
and the ground is going to buckle underneath you all. There's not a moment to really react, as beneath your guys' feet, these trapdoors swing open beneath you, and you guys are all plunged downwards. You see these swirling patterns as the walls, as you go sliding through this massive almost like water slide type amusement park slide as you go down. It's like swirly and awful, and you feel a bit nauseous going through it. And the entire way down, you hear the echoed applause of the audience above. And as you all emerge at the end of your slides, first of all, how would you say that you guys land from your sliding ordeal?
Face first.
Probably poorly.
All right, Triao goes face first right into the ground. Own, probably in a ball, just rolls to the other side of the room and just thunks against the wall.
Thrux is gonna go for a somersault.
Roll acrobatics.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna pass this. 1 second.
If you pass it, you do a damn like cartwheel somersault backflip as you land to the ground.
Hey, yo.
Okay, where's my acrobatics? I definitely there's no bonus. That's gonna be 19.
19? Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
18. Sorry.
I'm probably just constantly bracing myself because I have no idea where the ground is.
It's probably one of those situations where, like, you know, like when you go off a swing, you like leap off of it, and then you kind of have to stumble to get your footing once you land onto the ground. It's probably that, where once your feet hit the ground, you kind of stumble forward a little bit, but catch your balance.
He's got it. Got it, though.
Charpay?
Yeah, Charpay probably similar to Ryder. She kind of a little bit. She's like, and dust herself off. Ugh. Okay.
And Nate.
Nate probably just comes firing out feet first, and he'll do kind of a backflip and land at a superhero 3-point.
I'm just gonna let him do it. I'm just gonna let him do it.
God damn.
He's so cool.
He gets up and he dusts himself off.
God, I wish
And
that would
with varying degrees of success, you all find yourselves next to one another inside a rather nondescript room. It's empty, with no shred of illumination to it yet, and the walls are decorated in a diamond-patterned red and white wallpaper. The only thing of note in the room besides each other is a large cage on the far side of the wall with a cavernous, like, barred door against the wall inside of it. But for now, there's nothing really happening in here. It seems to be... You hear from above some, like, muffled thing. And now, the quick halftime show with our special guest, Lily Lenovo!
No.
Charpay just like
Thrux is gonna look at Own. Do you still have that bar of soap that you took from me?
Owen will say,
are you gonna eat it again?
Trio noticeably gets away from the drugs.
Trio and their 11 bars of soap.
Oh, no, I lost it somewhere, Thrux.
Can Nate perceive if of the other people in the room that he doesn't really know? He's just here with them.
Yeah.
Can he perceive out of any of them who is the kind of leader or who's the person who does the talking?
Roll perception. This is gonna be either really funny or just
Good
like,
luck.
Good luck.
I rolled an 8.
You know, you think that it's that little lizard dude. They look rather confident in themselves.
Okay, Nate's going to stride confidently over to this person, and he's going to say, "How did you get wrapped up in all of this?"
Well, that's a long story. What do you mean by wrapped? Do you...
What actions have you and your group taken that we are all in this infernal room?
I witnessed I witnessed someone pulling a gun, getting shot. That's how we're here. That's why we're here. I also ate soap. That could have also contributed, but
That didn't contribute. That wasn't related.
Nate kind of looks askance at the rest of the group, as if to say, "This is your leader." And,
Thrux looks at Charpay and goes, "Have you ever heard about the butterfly effect? I once read a book."
I have heard of it, yes.
I'm saying
He's a very talented boy.
I just want to give the funniest context that Thrux has a curse, which is that every day they wake up, one of their stats is -5, another is +5. Today, wisdom is the -5 stat.
So I've eaten soap.
Interesting.
So he's eating soap.
Yeah.
Great. And Nate doesn't know about your
Nope.
curses,
Nope.
but he does know that this is a cursed world, right? So
yes, he
there's
does.
possibility of you having a curse, but I don't know about it. Okay.
Yeah, no.
Does he know that the statues?
The statues? Oh, yes,
Like
actually.
outside.
So outside, I will say that there, right before you kind of entered the Midnight Circus, you were in this plaza of the Tunstead, like central kind of square. It's almost like a town square type deal. And when you were in there, there were these massive glass statues in the center of town. And now that you're like getting your bearings and getting a proper look at these people, a few of them look familiar. More specifically, Charpay and Triao were both depicted in those statues, alongside a few other assorted people who you've not seen.
All right. Nate was a bit, distracted, so I'm not sure if he would make the connection between the statues. But if he looks at Charpay, does he make that connection?
Yes.
Is that a... Okay.
It takes a second because her hair used to be much longer. But you're kind of getting the same facial shape and everything from that, so after a second, I'd say it clicks in your head. That's the statue, lady.
Okay. So in that case, Nate is going to kind of give a curt nod to the lizard person in front of him, and then he's going to turn to Charpay, and he's going to say, Champagne. He's going to turn and say, well, no matter how we were brought here, we have to get out together. So consider me part of your team. What brought you here?
All right, you've discerned your leader.
I am. We're glad to have you because holy shit. We're here. Well, we're here for Heartbreaker specifically. He is, aside from the whole ringleader. I mean, he's not even the ringleader. The game show shtick that has going on right now. He's I'm sure you noticed he's an Azamar, right? He's very old, and he has some knowledge that we need, and he has some specifically magical knowledge that we need to unlock a few of our friends' memories and or put away some important things that we need to not have in this material plane anymore.
Ryder's gonna put a hand on his hip.
If you were to see it, honestly, I'll let you roll perception to see if you do see Ryder doing that.
Okay. Here we go. 18.
18?
Hey.
You see Ryder put a hand over this glass jar with a golden eyeball inside of it. And as you look over to it, the eye kind of cracks a little bit, and seemingly the pupil kind of tracks onto your position for a moment and then turns back to the center. It has this you being someone who is religious and such, you're a cleric, you can automatically pick up the godly energy from it. It is distinctly magical in a bad way.
Right. Can I roll religion to get more information on what it could be? Okay.
Absolutely. Go for it. Religion, man.
18.
18. Ooh, excellent.
Hey, yo.
A religious man.
He loves religion.
Taking a further glance at it, there is a figure in the... there's a god in this world, known as Curse God. I might have briefed you in a document I sent you. I don't even know if you got it, because email was being weird that day. Curse God is the reason that there are curses in this world. There was a war 100 years ago. He's basically the boogeyman of all of society. No one dares speak his name. Most things have been lost to time, and most churches do not practice saying anything from that era. It's kind of been forgotten and erased from history in a sense. They've just all collectively forgotten it. Too much generational trauma has come from curses to really bring up those old memories from 100 years ago. But when you look at it, you feel the energy you have felt when being around people with curses. You feel it amplified, and there's this deep kind of sucking void in there. So you can tell it is connected to the big bad boogeyman god of them all, Curse God, which is ominous.
Nate looks at the eye jar and looks back at Charpay and says, an artifact of the fearsome cursed god. And you can see kind of the color drains a little bit from his face.
Yeah.
He says, have each of you been touched by this cursed god? And he kind of looks, he's now a little bit wary of you. Just because he doesn't know what curses you may have, and if they may hurt him.
Ryder will speak up and be like, "Me? No, not really."
Triao kind of puts like their hand behind their head and it's like, I mean, I was, but now I'm not even cursed. I guess. I don't know what happened there.
You could say that, but we are, trying to deal with him, you could say. And so don't get me wrong here. I want you to understand that I do not respect Heartbreaker, but we do need his help.
Right. Okay, so Nate. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Someone's speaking.
Owen's gonna say, I don't mean to be frightening, but I happen to have been built by Curse God.
That's pretty frightening, but
they're their own person now, no longer under his control.
I mean, along with that,
they're very
we're
nice.
told
They're
that we
nice
all have a
robots.
piece of them inside us.
You don't have to share that.
that's kind of personal information.
Yeah.
Nate is going to take all this in, and he's just going to nod, and he's going to say, "Well, it is our bounden duty as guardians of Torm to rid the world of anything that could cause it harm. And so consider me an ally." And he goes back to your point about has some unlocking your friends' memories, I think is what you said.
Yes.
And he's going to say, friendship is the most important thing in life, and so consider me a faithful ally as we seek to restore your friends' memories.
That's
Excellent.
really nice. Thank you. You're great. Most people don't take it that well.
Yeah, most people want to kill us.
Like, Ryder's a way harder sell.
Nate just nods curtly and then kind of looks in the general direction of the bars on the wall, the cage-like item.
Throughout this time, you guys have been hearing loud cheering from above, and as that cheering kind of reaches a crescendo, you get the sense that the halftime show with lovely Lily Lenoble has ended. And as you make your guys' way, kind of checking around the room, scoping out the area, that is when the room just illuminates. The lights suddenly blare on with the sudden and familiar poof of hearts and glitter that is going to be such a pain in the ass to get rid of later, as Heartbreaker appears. Hello, lovely contestants, and welcome to your first challenge. This game is called What the Hell Is That? The name of the game is simple. You tell me what's inside that cage, and if you get it right, then you move on. No bono, no problemo. If you get it wrong, then you, darling, get to spin on the wondiferous loser wheel. Do we all get it? Are we good? I do need to quickly add in a little caveat that will be in play throughout the entirety of your games tonight. If you ever get stuck in a group game, instead of choosing the wrong answer and making everyone roll on the loser wheel, one of you can take a roll as a sacrifice and trade it for a hint, just in case you want to take the plunge. Now, are we ready?
Ryder's gonna look in the direction of where Heartbreaker's voice is coming from, and just sort of be like, gesture to him.
He has a question.
Yeah.
Yes, little lizard.
Is this
I
a
forgot your
touch
name.
thing?
What is it?
Pardon?
What's your name? I forgot it.
Heartbreaker, Harrison. Nice to meet you. He holds out a hand to shake yours.
The name's Kevin.
Right, Kevin. Lovely name. You guys all have such interesting names besides this guy. You really need to work on that because it's not going to work out. Well,
I haven't
It makes him
adjusted.
stand out, though.
he looks
It's
at
Kevin with two Ks.
he looks at Ryder and just goes, "Figure it out.
Kevin.
We're trying to be accessible, but let's bring
You
out the
hate blind
first
people.
Let's bring out the first dangerous, devilish, and deadly beast, shall we?" And
What?
the cage door begins to rumble from within, from inside and kind of deeper into the room. As the bars are lifted upwards with a loud sound of metal straining and chains pulling and pulleys churning, as a shadow is cast into the cage and a creature emerges. And I am going to just quickly have everyone roll perception for me.
This fucking man and his torture of creatures. I hate him so
Do I?
Yes. You can
For
like
hearing
sense
specific-
hearing,
That's not
etc.
necessary.
Got it.
And put them in
Deuces.
rolls for me.
Got it.
Oh no.
I got a 12.
God damn it. Damn it, Snort.
Oh, wait a minute. Doesn't
22.
Owen have that weapon that allows them to re-roll that
Yeah.
once now?
They do.
Thank God. Okay, let me re-roll that.
We're seeing.
That would scuff badly.
Looking with your eyes.
Where is
that is-
Heartbreaker right now in, like...
Probably kind of to the left of the group and such, like on leaning against the wall, twirling around his little cane, which has a heart on top of it. It's like made of gold, and it's really obnoxiously elegant.
Okay, because I'm just thinking of what's my perfect opportunity to throw something at him.
He's just like looking evilly and like with a big smile on his face as the creature starts to emerge.
La criatura.
Sharp, we are going to not start off with those. We are going to start off with Ryder.
Okay.
As you hear the sound of loud bleats. Like, it kind of sounds sheep-like for a second, but more goat-like in the end of things. Though you haven't necessarily heard a noise quite similar to that before, being in the Outlands. You get the sense that it is some sort of cattle creature. Just like from general knowledge of there's been some cattle in the Outlands here and there and through some dead zones, so you've heard similar noises before from cattle-like creatures, but it is indeed a bleeding noise.
Okay.
Thrux, you see in front of you as these like massive wings just spread out to the side, and with this low growl, a young red dragon starts to crawl out from the cage.
Oh. wasn't
Hey,
good.
yo.
And Triao and Own, both of you guys hear the sound of a little as slithering out from the cage is a serpent. It's a cobra, and its like kind of neck frills kind of flare out as it hisses at you all. And lastly, Charpay and Nathaniel, you guys hear a loud roar break out as these massive paws step forward, and an elegant-looking lion is going to rear its head and glare at you all. And that's what you all see. And he is going to look at you all and go, "When you guys think you know what you're seeing in front of you, then let me know. But act fast. We don't actually have a timer, but we do run on a strict deadline here, because, you know, we kind of shut down right at midnight because the whole name thing, so, like, I'll just cut you off if I need to. Oh, and you can do anything you'd like.
Understandable.
You could do anything you'd like to discern the answer, but warning, it is a two-way street. We like to keep things equal. And remember, darlings, an audience is watching. Keep it exciting."
Can we just say animals? Does that count?
No, you have to be more specific than that.
I mean, I heard a motherfucking snake in there
Can we-
and knowing your ass.
Yeah, Thrux?
If animals don't work, how about living creatures?
No, it has to be specific, like, what the hell is it? You know, like a bird or something. It's not a bird.
That the hell it is.
You guys just discuss something. He leans against the wall and just, like, looks at his nails.
We like you.
So, just to refresh...
Wait, so is it
Thrux-
still like in front of us?
Yes, Thrux, you see a dragon. Ryder, you're hearing goat-like bleats. Triao and Own, you guys see a serpent. And Charpay and Nathaniel, you guys see a lion.
Well, that is the lion.
No.
No,
Nate
Triao
agrees.
goes, "That's a fucking snake."
Yeah, it's a snake.
They're-
Okay.
Okay. Actually, guys, I don't mean to come out actually, but it's a dragon.
Okay,
guys. I don't
yeah,
know what you're
huh?
talking about.
Hang on, I need to
Okay.
see something.
Yeah?
Ryder's gonna walk up like towards the cage, and I just want to kind of shove my hands into it and try and find whatever's in here.
Does an
Great
18 hit
choice.
you?
Yeah, it does.
You take 11 piercing damage as something clamps down around your arm and bites you.
Hmm.
Do I get a better sense of what it may be?
I mean, you feel sharp teeth, like slash and gnash against your arm, but that's about all you get. And then you hear another or something like that. I can't make goat noises.
Nate walks up to the cage where Ryder has just put their hand through.
Yeah, you guys all basically see as your respective creatures go and chomp down on Ryder's arm.
Mm.
Well, that wasn't very smart. Can't you see that there's a lion in there?
I understand. I understand. Okay, I mean,
You say that, and
I understand that we are most of us.
Real quick,
Yeah.
Nathan, you say that, you kind of look over at Ryder, you see how cloudy his eyes are.
Oh. Nate is going to say, I'm sorry, I didn't realize that you were unsighted. That's my bad.
No one really noticed.
There's a lion in there.
His arm
Probably
is still...
don't do that.
Well, considering everyone else is hearing different things, and I hear what seems to be a goat, I don't know what this is.
Ryder's arm is still in the cage with a creature just biting it right now.
Thrux walks up to it and pulls
But Nate-
Ryder's arm out.
Okay, yeah, no, Thrux, you walk out, you yank Ryder out of the grasp, and it's like
And then
going. The dragon
And
snaps
then I use one of my
forward.
charges to
Yeah.
heal him.
The dragon kind of snaps at the bar and such at you, its teeth kind of wrap around the bars a little bit, and it's kind of gnashing, and you guys see as the bars depress a little bit inwards, it does have enough force to take this cage down with enough time.
Oh my god, please do it.
Ooh.
Okay.
I don't suppose from looking at Ryder's injury, we can decide, like, does it look like a wound from our respective animals that we're seeing, or does it look like something else?
Roll survival.
All right, let's see.
I suppose I'll
I want to go up to the cage.
Oh my god,
Okay,
why do my
okay,
rolls
Triao.
have to be the way they are?
Tell me.
Yes,
Am I
Triao.
right?
I'm just gonna do a little.
But
Come here to the fucking cage.
Okay. You see the serpent slither up towards you and just...
Don't bite me. Can I grab it?
Roll animal handling to see if it doesn't attack the hell out of you.
That is gonna be okay. Let me see. Add my animal handling together. That is gonna be 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a 23.
Woo! You reach out to the serpent and you're going to stroke its head a little bit and you grab it. Is that what you're doing?
Yes, I
Are
grab
you
it.
trying to take it out?
Yes.
You yank it forward, but right as you're about to get the entire snake out, you guys all see as your respective creatures slam against the bars, and the snake cannot get out on its own.
Hey yo, there's too much.
Hmm.
Okay,
So Nate-
Well,
Standing by. Oh yeah, go ahead.
real quick for survival, those who rolled that low, no, you can't discern any further what it's like.
Cool. Yep.
I rolled higher. I'm just -10. I'm -5.
What was Nathan doing?
10 isn't that good.
Nate is gonna say, I know it looks like a pleasant cat, but you know, we don't need to pet the cat. This is clearly a lion. And so
Snake, brother.
So Nate is starting to realize that I think perhaps all of us are seeing different things.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Especially given that I just saw a person grab the lion and pull its head into the bars.
You basically saw them take the tail and yank it.
The tail.
Yes.
Okay. The tail. But the tail. Okay, I'm seeing how this works. This is pretty funny, actually.
Oh yeah,
Um,
I'm proud of this.
So Nate is going to turn to the rest of the group and he's going to say, what does everyone see? Let's go one at a time.
I also see a lion.
All right,
Snake.
so Charpay and I both see a lion. We've got a snake.
I also see a snake.
Snake.
I see a red dragon.
The
A
dragon
red
flaps
dragon.
the dragon flaps its wings at you and bites at the cage once again.
And Ryder
Yes,
sees
yo,
nothing, of
I
course.
was-
But here's
Goat like a bit.
Yeah.
Here's like a
Get
goat.
charred.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
So clearly we're all seeing different things.
Yes.
Is this a trick question?
No, Ryder, shut up.
Are you guys
So-
looking? Do you ask that to Heartbreaker, Ryder?
Yeah, he probably does like say that kind of towards the direction of Heartbreaker.
Maybe.
Whoa.
It's a puzzle.
Hmm.
Does Triao have speak with animals?
Yes,
I do actually.
Triao
I forgot.
does.
You ask it.
Is the snake on still on my arm?
Yes. However, it's kind of thrashing now and looks a bit upset.
Oh, okay, I'll let it go. Like, just
Okay.
say sorry. Just.
You let it go. All of you guys see your creatures back up a little bit and snarl in their respective noises, or just.
I'm gonna just try to go a little bit closer and then just do speak with animals
Okay.
and just be like, hey, what are you?
I'm not supposed to say what I am.
Why? Why not? That's rude.
It's part of the game.
Well, fuck this game. Do you fucking hate this guy too? You know, I fucking stole an animal from here. His name was Snake. He's snaky technically, and he lives a greater life. Do you want to, get out of here too? Live a greater life.
I can get out of here whenever I want to.
Then get out
I'm a
of here. What
mighty
the
group
fuck?
of creatures.
Mighty group. You're not really mighty if you're behind this cage. you
They
saying?
are going to fire breath. I would like everyone to make a dexterity saving
Oh,
throw.
gosh.
Hey, yeah.
I know. I know.
Okay.
So,
Oh my God.
so you guys all see, Thrux, very specifically, you see the dragon open its mouth and flames start to appear in its throat. The rest of you guys do not see it. Like, any of your animals charge that up. However, you do see sparks of flames appear in the air and then sudden a cone of flames. Heartbreaker is going to quickly cast a hand out, and you guys see as a heart-shaped force field appears in front of him as the flames around him.
Oh,
Oh my gosh, you guys are getting such high rolls here besides Own.
I
So
got
D-
11.
D20. Plus
D20.
Does
dex.
Owen have a thing for dex saves now?
Pardon?
What's the thing? The thing Owen has for dex saves, is it advantage?
I think so. Might be. No. I forget.
The modifier for Dex? I don't remember this actually.
I don't
but
remember this either.
They have some item, I'm pretty sure.
Maybe. But
Also,
I
yeah,
guess,
I don't remember. I don't
guess
remember
for now
it right
we'll
now.
go with
So.
this. The DC
Yeah.
for this
Wow.
is 15. Those who
I think
got
it was from
under,
Wilfred.
yeah, maybe. The DC for this is 15, so anyone under that is going to take 31 fire damage.
Oh
And
my
everyone,
God.
Hey, yeah.
Awesome!
Powerful
You
guy.
can't heal that.
and so everyone who got above a 15 is going to take 16 points of fire
Evasion?
damage.
Evasion?
Sure, you can evasion. You do also have
Then,
resistance,
no.
so half that again. Half the 16.
Well, if I use evasion, that means I don't take any, so.
Sure, Thrux, you guys watch as Thrux, since Thrux actually saw the fire breath charging, Thrux just like runs back, backflips over the fire, and by the time it's over, Thrux lands and such, as everyone else gets torched in one way or another.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Would I know what a chimera is in character?
I would like you to roll survival.
Okay. I should not
Objective
be
survive.
the one rolling this.
Object.
Yeah, it's a 1.
Nope, no clue.
Okay.
You were just like so confused about the fire that just engulfed you.
Triao
Yeah, I guess-
is like, I know a damn
that.
thing that does not do fire.
Yeah, no, I guess Ryder's clueless.
In this
would
moment-
Charpay know what a chimera is? She hasn't.
I would honestly say that Charpay's learned about them. I'd say that Nathaniel would know what they are. I'd say that Triao would know what they are. I'd say that Own would know what they are. I would say that Thrux and Ryder probably wouldn't know what they are based on like backgrounds and such.
I'm just gonna roll history because maybe it's part of the mountain ranges, but they would not know.
They would be around the mountain ranges.
Yeah, but considering this is Trio, I got a 16.
You would have seen these creatures of many heads flying around the mountain ranges before.
Hey, yeah.
Thinking of how
Nate,
I'm gonna word it in game.
Yeah?
Nate is going to drink a potion.
Yeah.
You guys all
healing.
notice he drinks a potion. He's going to drink a potion of fire resistance, but
Smart decision.
because he has one on his person, because I decided that like 2 weeks ago.
Wow.
All right, you take that, and you're feeling your burns. Well, they're not going away because it's already sustained. You're feeling a lot more resistant right now and powered up as this kind of orange shimmer alights in your eyes for the time being.
Yeah, and the result of my D4 roll was a 3, so I'll have 3 fire resistance going forward.
Nice.
And Nate, I mean, do you want me to roll to see if I know what this is?
I'd
it's possible.
say that within your travels, especially in the circus, chimeras have been used as freak show attractions before. As kind of like, it's like the replacement for ring lions. Chimeras are much more audience gripping.
I guess Triao sort of like turns around. It's like, I've seen it before. Not sure if it was a talk that they told the orphans just to keep them in, but there is a creature that flew around, had multiple heads. I don't remember what it's called. Kai. Started with Kai, but I don't remember much.
Chimera.
Nate jumps in and says chimera, and he's going to say, I can't believe that that in this day and age we're still treating these magnificent creatures as a freak show attraction.
You're going to get sympathy from the audience for that, so I'm going to give you an inspiration point. Welcome to the mechanic. If you please the audience, you get inspiration.
Great.
Okay.
And in
That's
D&D, that
true.
just means advantage
Shaking
roll
my head.
at some point, right?
It means that you add a D10 to a roll of your choice.
Okay, D10
Yes.
to roll my choice. Great. And that's before the roll?
That's after the roll.
After the
Anytime.
roll. Oh, I
Yes.
love it. Okay, great.
It's a fail-safe.
Great. So Nate is going to continue, and he's going to say, "This is one of the reasons why my circus broke off from."
Do you guys have your answer procured?
Let him speak, you fuck. Continue.
He looks
Well,
at you and just goes like,
Nate's answering the question because I think we've discovered what it is, and it's a chimera. And Nate's going to say to Heartbreaker, "You should be ashamed of yourself for putting this horrible creature behind bars."
You should be ashamed yet again. You hate animals.
"It is a chimera! Congratulations on getting the
Come on,
first
man.
question right! I'm not the one who put this thing in here, it's not my job to... No." Anyways, he snaps his finger and you guys all see as the creature that you guys can see in your vision poofs. Calm down, microphone. And you all see as a chimera appears in its place and lets out a fierce roar and is going to stalk back into the shadows of the cavern. Round 2 of What the Hell Is That? All right, and another shadow gets cast. And you guys get the
Oh,
gist
there's multiple
now.
rounds.
Yes, there are. There's a couple of rounds here. And from the shadows, Triao, Nathaniel, and
Wow.
Charpay, you guys all see as a young green dragon stalks out and flicks its tail as like this venom dribbles down from its kind of like its area. I can't even talk. From its jaw. Ryder and Own, you guys hear the sound of multiple hissing creatures as slithering out from the shadows with a bandana kind of wrapped around its eyes is a Gorgon. And Thrux, you hear as a chicken waddles out and stares you down.
Okay.
That is what we have.
It's a
A
little
green
guy.
dragon,
It's a
a
dragon.
Gorgon, and a chicken.
At this point, have we noticed that like the audience is receptive to us?
Yes.
All right. Ryder's just gonna be like, "Hang on, I'm gonna try something," and sort of turn towards where the audience would be, I guess.
There's
And
like
he's just gonna go.
There's a clairvoyance spell kind of like tracking you guys, like
Okay,
little
okay.
eyeballs floating in the room like cameras.
Well, he'll probably just kind of look up
Cool.
and just be like, "Hey, can we all laugh at this guy for making this so unfriendly to people like me?"
Haha.
Roll persuasion to the audience.
Got it, please. Nat 20!
Yeah.
The audience roars in laughter. Heartbreaker's face is beet red as he's like starting to kind of like look very uncomfortable and just answer the question of what's in front of you. It's an easy game. You can look in any way you want. You can ask people for help. I could just tell you what it is if you just wanted to ask.
What is it?
What Ryder is seeing is a Gorgon.
Nate is going to turn to Ryder and he's going to say, the Midnight Circus has never been known for its accessibility. I'm sorry they're putting you through this.
We're working on it.
Thrux laughs and goes, you're getting butchered, my dude.
He's gonna walk over and hit Thrux over the back of the head with his cane. Does a 19 hit?
A 19 does hit.
You take 4 points of bludgeoning damage as he just biffs you over the back of the head a little bit.
I'll uncanny dodge because I can.
You flip out of the way. He kind of catches you on the ankle on your way down. It hurts. It kind of reverberates from the back of your ankle a little bit.
Let's go, dude.
Dude, you're ruining my show. Just answer the questions.
I'm not the one who's fucking up with all his accessibility options. That's a you problem.
I know. I'm just kind of
I'm
pissed off that your name is Kevin.
I'm Cook Kevin. No.
You're cooking. Oh my god. Just what the hell is that thing? he sulks off in the corner. He's beet red. He's kind of just like hiding himself a little bit.
Well, there's what I see.
Yep.
So Charpay and I both see a green dragon.
Yes.
I
Triao does
see
too.
I see a Gorgon as well as
A
Ryder.
Gorgon, yes. And Thrux, you are hearing this chicken bark, 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 at you.
Thrux just goes, I'm hearing something very different from you guys.
Mark,
It's a chicken?
mark, mark, mark.
I think it represents
Oh.
you.
It
It does represent us! Wait a minute, think about it. It's a dragon, right? And then he's... Oh wait, they probably don't even know what a Gorgon is, actually. So never mind, they're gonna back out.
Entirely.
Yeah.
I don't know what this monster is.
Yeah, I don't have any idea either. I'm sorry, guys.
Can
Today, I'm
Thrux
a D&D.
walk up to the cage? So,
Yeah, sure.
Thrux walks up to the cage, and he's going to... One second.
It starts, like,
Duh.
chicken stalking closer to you.
I don't... I was curious. No.
Mhm.
I don't seem to have any rations on me. Otherwise, I would have tried to give the chicken some
Got my
rations.
cards. A few rations to the chicken?
Like,
I mean, I
to
have
see
like...
whether it pecks it up.
I have
or whether
5
it
rations
reacts
on me.
differently.
You want
I
to
have rations, I have salmon, even though it's fucking, you
Yeah.
know, expired
Thrux-
salmon, and
Thrux
I'm
is
waiting
gonna
for that.
narrate
If so,
Thrux,
What is-
Thrux is gonna narrate that. I'm trying to I want to see if they'll eat, how they eat, what they do.
All right. Triao, do you want to throw in some rations?
Sure.
You throw some forward, and you guys, I guess for the people who see the Gorgon doesn't do anything about it. Its tail kind of flicks and moves forward, but the rest of its body stays right upright and is kind of staring around the room. The dragon kind of like crawls closer. It's the chicken who just like pecks at it a lot and like snaps it up and kind of like it's a lot more violent than a chicken would typically behave, as it sculpts it down as if it were to be eating meat and such, and it looks up and is going to start trying to put its head through the bars and snap at you guys who are close.
And Thrux just goes, that's a hella violent chicken. Let's...
The violence chicken.
I mean,
Can chickens
do that.
smell? Do they have a sense of smell? Do you know if they even have a nose?
I don't
I don't know.
They have a
I
beak.
don't think so.
They have a I don't can welcome to
Chickens
D&D.
smell.
Can chickens
Yes, chickens have a sense of smell.
all right,
Damn,
chickens can
okay.
smell.
Because Nate was going to bring out his sensor, his incense burner, and see if it reacted to that. But it looks like potentially it won't be a good test.
I want to ask real quick, what was the description of the Gorgon specifically?
Gorgons are like long, it's a humanoid, with like snakes in its hair and a long like snake-like lower half of its body curled up. When the food was given, it slithered forward, though it's up, the rest of its body upwards didn't really do anything, and it's just staring forward. There is a wrap around its eyes as a safety precaution.
Mm-hmm.
It's a Medusa.
Right, so did we just see the food disappearing without it like crunching on it?
Yes.
Because I have an idea.
Mm-hmm.
And this has to be out of character because Ryder wouldn't know. But I'm considering a griffin because you can kind of mix them together, and it's like a bird head, but I don't know if that entirely fits because it's not a chicken; it's like an eagle.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah, I don't. It doesn't.
Banking on y'all knowing
Chicken griffin.
mythology.
Would Nate know of a creature through history that is somewhat related to a chicken, a gorgon, and a green dragon?
Roll animal handling. Let's go with that. Let's roll animal handling.
All right. Here comes bad roll.
No!
Bad roll, Andy.
18.
Oh, never mind.
18.
Good roll, Ryan.
Hey!
There have been legends of strange chickens appearing in farmhouses, and people would wake up, and all of their cattle and livestock would be turned to stone. The legends say that this is the creature of a cockatrice.
All right. Nate's going to share that with the group. Just that he had heard of a creature that, was kind of the wolf in the hen house.
Exactly.
But
I'm interested
But
if
that
anyone
is the
out of
cockatrice.
character has ever heard of the mythical creature of the cockatrice.
I feel like it. Oh
Not a
no, I'm
chance.
thinking that I feel like I heard it in the show Odd
I
Squad because they
have.
do lots of myth characters there.
Interesting. Yeah, I was
I
actually
think
of the
I
assumption.
have.
Maybe I was really into mythical creatures as a kid, but I assumed that cockatrice was up there as one of the most known ones.
There's
I
definitely
think it's
not,
up
but
there. I just don't specifically remember what it is.
That's okay.
I know of them. They're not like on my like
They
major
are
radar.
chickens
It's
that
not
turn
something
people to stone, and they're very funny.
Wow.
all right. Yeah, so
Well,
I'll share that with the
I
group.
could believe that.
Is that
believe
your-
Sounds right to
that's,
me.
Is that your
Yeah.
final answer, the cockatrice?
Yeah.
All right, excellent.
Yeah.
2 for 2. Congratulations. It really sucks that we haven't gotten a roll on the loser wheel. He snaps his finger, and the chicken, the dragon, and the gorgon come together to make this ugly-looking chicken creature with like a lizard's tail and this like kind of beak that has fangs on the side, and it keeps snapping forward to try and bite at you all. And Heartbreaker just walks over like, get back in the cage, beast. It's turned like 3 people to stone already. And it's going to skulk, making the chicken noises, like, back into the stable. Welcome to round 3 of What the Hell Is That? Hint, that was a warm-up. From now on, not everything is a fusion. It just has to be related in one way or another to find the answer. And some creatures emerge. First off, for Nathaniel, you see a hippogriff. A hippogriff is different from a griffin. It has the back half of a horse, the front half of, like, a bird type creature. So, griffin, but horseback. Charpay, you see before you a beautiful kelpie, which is this, like, water kind of steed thing with a mermaid's tail at the end. Ryder, you hear the sound of, like, galloping emerging, and this, like, loud kind of demonic snort noise and such from the creature. As, like, you hear the sound of hands grabbing onto the bars, and you hear, "You'll be dead soon." You hear that? Thrux, before you is a giant seahorse, and it's just hovering there. It's massive. It's the size of you, and it's just bobbing up and down. Triao, out walks a kirin. Actually, Own also sees the kirin, and that is your guys' spread. Hippogriff, kelpie, a strange demonic creature. Oh, snort.
Hi.
Lots. Charpay.
That was CC.
A giant seahorse and a kitten.
I don't know mine off the top of my head.
You gave a description for everybody else but us.
A kitten is basically it's a unicorn from like Asian myth, and they have dragon scales, this long kind of horn, and usually like long furred tails.
Oh. Well. I bet a horse.
See what? Oh.
A very big seahorse.
Horse.
Nate says, "Well, I'm hearing. I'm seeing a hippogriff." He turns to Ryder and he says, "What are you hearing?"
I wanted to say it was a horse, but then it started talking to me. Yeah, very threateningly too.
A talking horse.
It slams against the bars, and you guys all hear bars rattle.
So Ryder's just hearing BoJack Horseman, pretty much.
Yes, Ryder has BoJack Horseman.
I'm also seeing the horse, right? My Wi-Fi started passing away.
You're
Same
seeing
horse,
a kelpie.
different horse.
Kelpie. So like fish horse.
Different horse.
Still a horse.
I see.
So the common thread seems to be
kelpie,
horse.
Threatening horse.
It does seem to be a
So
threat.
it's just a regular horse.
I wish I saw a regular horse.
Heartbreaker adjusts a little bit.
Is that the common thread?
So
Hey,
Nate,
you're galloping around over here.
Nate has a lot of experience in his life with demonic beings. His previous troupe did a lot of work trying to rid the land of demonic beings such as this. And so, has Nate ever heard of a horse type, like a demon, like some kind of demon that also has a horse involved, and not our good friend Satan, of course, but
Of course not Satan, our favorite friend. You have heard of Armenites before, which are demonic centaurs with large scorpion tails and like demonic upper halves and then horse bottom halves. So they are demon centaurs, and they are very evil.
Right. So Nate is going to say, just judging by what Ryder has heard and the threats levied against them, this sounds a lot like an Armonite. It's a horse type demon, and I'm just going to say all the things that you said. So.
Yeah.
You shut your mouth. It clops over to Nathaniel. Nathaniel, you just see the hippogriff like tilting its head at you and like squawking a little bit.
Ryder's gonna turn his head towards Nate and just be like, he doesn't like you either.
Yeah, well, perhaps we've figured out what this is. If it corroborated what I had to say. What did it did it say anything, Ryder?
Oh, I just wanted you to be quiet.
Ah, okay. Well, that seems like a good way to go, perhaps.
Yeah.
It does sound like two of the horses have water traits, and what you described doesn't seem to have water traits.
That is true.
Mine's
That is
sparkly.
So there is a common thread, but is that what we're picking out?
I mean,
So
Like-
everyone
seems like
Heartbreaker said that it doesn't always have to be a fusion.
Yeah.
Is the common trait.
so Ryder, it seems like Ryder could communicate with it. Probably is the only one who can.
Yeah.
That's true.
Could you ask what it is, Ryder?
Okay. What are you?
The cause of your death.
This isn't helping.
Ryder, perhaps you could remind him that the mighty light of Torm will come down upon him if he doesn't decide to be truthful.
Scared of the mighty light of Thorn. Stupid.
What do you have against
cleric.
It's
horses?
not working.
Still doesn't work. And do I notice this is it just kind of hissing and snapping at me a little bit?
Yes. Honestly, all of your guys' respective creatures are just looking a little peeved.
Okay.
No.
Frick, what did Thrux see again?
It's a giant
I saw
seahorse.
seahorse.
See a giant seahorse.
Okay.
It's just hovering there.
Well, wouldn't... I mean, as stupid as it sounds, I am kind of leaning towards horse right now.
I mean,
Yeah,
Harrison, Heartbreaker just.
on the bread.
It's a horse.
It
Are you-
very
are
well
you
could be a horse, but
Are you saying it's a horse?
shut up for a minute, buddy.
We're still discussing.
Okay.
Decided to be a
We're gonna
pain in
draw
the
it out
ass.
as much as we can.
We
and
are on a
turns toward the
tight
crowd.
schedule.
Fuck you.
Thrux turned through the crowd, or wherever the crowd is. He goes, don't you want to see this fucker shut up?
So true. So
Roll
true.
persuasion.
Hurtful words.
Oh,
Hurtful words.
so that's gonna be wait, what is my persuasion modifier? My persuasion
God.
modifier.
This is gonna be something, isn't it?
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Okay, I have it. Oh, that's gonna 22.
The crowd starts booing. Just Heartbreaker tries to open his mouth, but everyone boos so loudly that he just shuts up and his face gets a deeper shade of red. You guys see a tear appear in the corner of his eye as he kind of slinks to the corner.
They're gonna break him.
I wish I was still Wilfred at this moment.
He kind of has a look on his face and such and closes his eyes for a second and looks almost pained, like physically.
Oh.
Okay.
It's like-
Well, if anyone doesn't have any other ideas, are we saying horse?
I mean, it's the only thread I can
Horse.
see that it's like firmly between all of them.
horse.
Yeah.
How long was the
Congratulations! It is a horse! He snaps his
Yay.
fingers, and you guys
Yay.
see a very pissed off looking horse. And it stalks away into the room. And he is just going to clap his hands and go, all right, this is the last round. Are you all ready?
Yes.
Yeah.
Bring out the
Oh my
beasts.
god.
Thrux and Ryder, you guys hear
Oh my god, typing.
as a little hand is going to skitter out. A crawling, severed hand.
Okay.
Charpay, you hear as this mist, this fog cloud with these red veins inside of it, kind of like twists around in the air. Nathaniel and Triao, you guys hear this small chiming as from the air there's this little spark, and a bright golden glow appears and just sits there. And Own, you see stalking out from the shadows this creature and such. It's kind of hunched over a little bit. It has like pale white skin, a long flowing cloak, and these tendrils. It's like an octopus-like head with lots of tearing and such on it. It looks like a mind flayer. However, it is white, pale, and stalks out.
White.
White. But that is what you guys all see.
Remind me what Nate saw again.
Nate
Okay.
sees a little golden glow in the air that's kind of just sitting there and flickering.
What
It almost looks like a
color?
firefly glow. It is golden.
Oh,
I guess-
golden, obviously.
I guess I'll start by saying that I see what looks like a mind flayer, but also it's white and like, yeah.
It
Why
kind of
is
walks,
he a
it walks
gold?
up to the bars and wraps its hand around it, and you see the tendrils start to wrap around the bars as it looks deep at you, Own.
That's
And we see-
unfortunate because I'm just getting some mist. It's just red mist.
And we're
I
seeing
just
the
hear
golden
something.
glow
Yes, the
come
golden glow.
towards the
Yes,
come towards the bars.
everyone's thing is coming towards the bars.
I just hear something skittering.
I see a hand that is skittering.
Okay.
Hmm.
I am glad someone else can see.
Thrux says,
Well,
half. I can half see.
Better than none.
Merry Christmas.
Is it flame like this golden light? Is it kind of like a flame?
Yes, it's kind of like a flame. It's flickering just a little bit.
All right, Nate's going to cast Taumaturgy again, he's going to try and cause the flame to flicker, brighten, dim, or change color for 1 minute. So he's going to try and change the color to purple.
Is not actually a flame. It does not change. It
All
is
right,
a creature
so Nate
of
is
sorts.
Nate is going to say, well, it's not a flaming orb in the air, that's for sure.
Is it
That's always good to rule out.
I got nothing.
Well,
That's all right.
Oh no.
Entirely sure myself.
Thrux is gonna walk up to the cage. Again, and just okay. This could be a very stupid idea. Puts his hand on the bar on the outside, for the record, and casts. It's dark in there. You said, yeah.
A little bit.
Oh, it's not super dark.
You
I've been
can
messing with me
see.
super
You
dark.
can see.
Okay, never mind. I'll still
However,
walk up to the cage.
You put your hand around the bar, and you hear the as the
I take my hand off.
The hand is going to.
If I have no purpose, I mean, I put my hand on it and take it back immediately.
I don't know.
You take your hand back. The crawling claw leaps and jumps onto your hand. None of your guys' other creatures move, but it jumps on to you, Thrux, and now there is a living hand on you.
Okay.
Okay. I don't know what to do.
It starts skittering up your arm.
Out of character, my only thought process is things that sailors see, because the glowing light would be a lighthouse, mist is the fog, whatever the fuck Owen saw. But the severed hand is just throwing me off.
Well, see, my theory right now with that, the Mind Flayer could be a mind, the hand, and the veiny mist could be like veins, which makes me think of like maybe like inside of an organism or something.
Oh.
Ooh, clever.
So just like a body?
Yeah.
What does the hand look like? Is it
It's a severed, like old, decrepit-looking
pale
hand.
now, like the Mind Flayer?
It's very pale. Yes.
Oh.
It's pale and looks like rotting.
Does it have like? What do the nails look like?
Broken, chipped, long, and black.
I don't know if I'm just traumatized from Wolvenshire and I'm just seeing him everywhere I go, but I'm thinking about one.
If Heartbreaker would even know that.
By now, Thrux,
That's true.
the claw has skittered up onto your shoulder.
So it's out of the cage.
Okay.
It's out of the box, baby.
Okay. I guess Ryder will be like, I don't hear the skittering anymore. Where did it go?
Oh, Thrux goes, it's on me.
Out
Wait.
out of the cage?
It's
Yes.
Thrux.
What does this look like for Owen?
The claw.
Yeah, that-
The creature is still holding onto the bars.
Ah, okay.
my
Okay, it's
other-
not just sitting on his shoulder.
From
Wait,
on your
is it-
shoulder, it's going to go. Gonna start crawling
Oh.
and kind of wraps around you like this, and is gonna start trying to cover your mouth.
Yeah.
A human hand cannot cover a fucking lizard. That's all I'm saying.
It's starting to wrap around your snout and your mouth, though.
Oh.
and mine is still continuing to
Yes.
stand kind of chill.
It's standing
Oh.
there.
Owen will say, mine doesn't appear to be in sync with what's happening with Thrux for the first time yet. Mine is still standing, holding onto the bars.
I mean, here's my
I'm always open to
proposal.
take that sacrifice if we need it.
Yeah, I was
Sure, it can't be that bad.
Surely it won't be that bad. I mean, I'll take it. I'm sure
We
he
can
wants
think
some
about it a
coffee.
little longer before we say that. But
You guys want to roll on the loser wheel?
We
One
haven't
second,
decided anything
baby.
yet.
You guys see as a massive, like, wheel of fortune wheel just, like, raises up from the ground as he
Put it
stands
down!
next to
Don't
it
leave
and
it out
poses.
yet!
Okay,
Oh, no,
fine! He puts it back
Owen will
down.
say, Owen will say, you've been burned so much, you should probably take a spin.
Yeah, Nate is going to follow up on that. He's going to say, yeah, you are a loser.
Oh. This is
Wow.
Harrison's face is so red. He's been so embarrassed, and he's just gonna. He doesn't even have a comeback at this point. He just kind of goes like, "Okay, low blow. I get it. Don't want to be here. I don't really want to be here either."
Okay.
He puts the wheel away. Shattering this man's confidence.
Man, I feel like I know.
The tip of your guys' tongue, eh?
Has someone mentioned that this hand looks like it's kind of rotting or dead
No.
or something like that?
However, it is
Thrux
starting to
would have
clamp.
to.
It's starting to clamp really hard around you, and you are starting to suffocate, Thrux.
Oh,
But I can hold my breath for a long time. To be
Sure.
fair.
So
I
Thrux is
don't
just
think that's the main
standing there.
problem.
So Thrux is just standing there being suffocated.
Silently,
Do we-
right?
Do we at least notice
I mean,
that he's
you guys
tensing up?
do hear Thrux going like, probably.
Are you good, Kevin? Do you need help?
I forgot about Kevin. You
So
guys
did
keep hitting me with Kevin.
Thrux will message. He's gonna message Ryder.
You can just
Because
take
it's
it off.
You said it. Can I try? Sure.
Yeah, sure.
I'm
Roll
sure you
contestant
can.
Strength.
It's just a hand,
It's
bro.
just a hand, man.
It's not like a full figure body.
It's just a hand who got a nat 20.
Oh no.
Exactly. You see, I'm also very weak. There's a reason why I
Fair.
knew that.
So, Thrux, this hand clamps further around you.
Thrux messages Ryder and says, "Okay, you're the only person I can confidently bet can handle this. Handle. Will you?"
Google to
Yeah. Thank you, Google. I appreciate you.
Hey, Google.
Can you rip this hand off my face? Assuming
He'll respond to the message and be like, "Sure, I can try. Make some noise for a second. I might be able to make my way over there." Ryder will just nod out of nowhere.
Kevin?
Kevin?
Ryder's gonna walk over to Thrux and just kind of grab his snout and start pulling.
You feel the cold, clammy claw, and roll contested athletics. I got a nat 1. You're fine.
Well, I got a nat 20, so.
And you yank it off and
Yoink.
crush it just slightly, and you break a finger or two.
Whoa.
Oh,
Okay.
It's like its claws are just like thrashing about now, trying to get out, but you're just holding it.
So the rest of us have
You okay
seen
now, Kevin?
Ryder make his way over to
Yes.
Kevin,
Yes.
put his hand on his face, pull it away, and then just do this. But we don't see, like,
Yes.
my light is
None
still
of you
behind
see
the
it.
bars. Okay.
So as he squeezes it, a little bit of ooze drops onto the floor that you guys do see.
Okay.
What is that?
oh.
Okay. That's
he-
the
What
hand.
color is the
Did he appear
ooze?
out of thin
It's
air?
black.
What is that?
It's black ooze, like old
That's
decrepit
the
kind of like.
hands.
It almost actually, I'd say that it's white. I'd say it looks like pus, and smells like pus.
Oh, that's worse.
Oh, lovely.
Can I do a medicine check to identify the ooze?
You may identify the ooze.
Okay. I think my medicine sucks, but let me see. Oh, it's 4. It's not.
You're a
Wait, no.
doctor.
Ostensibly. Okay.
Can
17.
17.
Hey.
This is definitely a fluid that would not typically be found in a living creature's body. It is a post-death fluid.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to use my channel divinity to turn undead.
So, let me quickly check something. So, as you do this, like this radiant light is going to emit from you as your whole body kind of, you guys see as Nate's body illuminates in this bright glow, like eyes kind of glow this shimmering gold of radiance. It's like a bright kind of yellowish color with little streaks of red in there. And as he kind of, like, how does he, any gestures or anything like that? Any cool things?
Nate just pulls out his holy symbol to Torm and just holds it in the direction of the ooze.
Okay.
Well,
Well,
ish.
Holy shit, Nate, what can't you do?
So
I'm pretty impressive.
You see as the little flaming creature. What does turn undead do? If you don't
Turn
mind asking.
undead.
haven't dealt
Each
with clerics in
undead
a
that
while.
can see, each undead that can see or hear you within 30 feet must make a Wisdom saving throw. If the creature fails the saving throw, it is turned for 1 minute.
Wait a
turned
minute.
creature must spend its turns
Wait a
trying to
minute.
move.
What's your DC?
My spell DC is pending. Spell save DC is 16.
16. All of the creatures in the room, minus the crawling claw, back away. You guys all see as all of them step away very quickly from Nate. And like kind of
All
hide
right.
in the corner and
I
shake
have
block their
a
ass.
question.
Yeah.
Are we still technically undead from Whistlepig?
No, that's just for
Okay.
that's for
Okay.
other. Lily would be undead if Lily was here.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So here's
Okay,
here's what
just had
this
to check.
creature here's what this creature has to do now. It can't it can't take reactions. It can only use the dash action or try to escape from me. If there's nowhere to move, the creature can use the dodge action. So
They are all in the
It
corner dodge actioning.
okay.
Besides the claw.
So Nate turns to the group and he says, "I've discerned that this is an undead creature of some kind."
Okay.
Okay.
Phone.
I don't know.
Hello?
my
And no one else
only-
can see this hand?
You hold it up.
Nope.
There's nobody sees the hand.
Yeah, unless
Okay.
you're talking about your hand, then no.
No, there's another hand in the hand.
Thrux goes to high five.
Yeah.
It tries to scratch you as you do, but you manage to psych it.
The only thing that comes to my mind out of character, is things that can break apart. You can break an arm off. You can break the light away. You can break the mist when you go through, and then when whatever the fuck, I'm gonna assume it's an octopus at this point. It can fucking tear off his limbs, and then it grows
Oh.
back for fun.
It's a
You guys are
starfish.
very close previously on a guess.
Oh no.
Yeah, I figured.
Like dead on the
Some
money
form-
close.
Ah,
Oh.
Some form of
Shit.
body. Could be a zombie. Could be.
Things
Yeah. That's
related
what I
to
think.
dead.
Yeah,
Yeah, honestly, I'm leaning
thinking-
towards like a zombie.
yeah, I'm
Right.
kind of
I'm gonna be
thinking
right back. So
about.
you
Alright.
guys go ahead and make your
Oh, yeah.
guess, because I don't know.
I'm thinking back to the little Genesis. I'm trying to remember if this is a thing they specifically mentioned or not, because
No,
'cause-
nothing really mentioned
no,
here.
okay.
Yeah, I'm definitely
Cthulhu.
still in the thinking that it's some form of body related thing.
Yeah, does
Very
the
smart.
mist?
Very smart move from Nate to use that channel divinity.
Does the mist resemble like the mist that one had, or is it just also red?
It's literally a mist with veins in it.
Oh right, okay.
Yeah.
So I should
Oh.
let you know about an extra feature that comes with that I didn't realize, but now I do.
Oh no.
I have a 5th level feature called Destroy Undead. So when an undead fails its saving throw against your turn undead, the creature is instantly
Oh.
destroyed if its challenge
Okay.
rating is at or below
Oh.
a certain threshold.
What is
as
that?
shown
Oh,
in-
Julie is
Why?
in here.
So my cleric level is
Oh,
14, is
Jesus.
15, which means a 3 or lower challenge level, it gets destroyed instantly.
Cool. The fire, the claw, and the mist vanish. There is
Oopsie.
there is
Oh.
only Own and the Mind Flayer creature left. Actually, yeah, no, it's only those two. So yeah, you
So
just see
what have
it.
we learned?
You guys all see it vaporize. The hand vaporizes. Everything vaporizes besides the last creature.
Oh, there it
So it's
goes.
gone.
Yes.
Wait, mine's still here.
Yours is there. Yeah.
How does
I was
Heartbreaker
sharing that with
react
the
to
group.
this?
Heartbreaker just is literally in the corner, just going like, those were the only things we had for that. Okay, sure, I'll have to go back to my supplier. Thank you. Say you could do anything, but I'm not replacing those if you needed more looks.
Well,
That's understandable.
they're not all dead if Owens is still there.
Well, you
Yeah.
can make them all dead.
Yeah.
Like,
Stop! Don't say that.
I, Well, we should probably. I don't know. I
I'm
just don't know.
spinning
what
the
it
damn
could be.
wheel if we get any closer.
I think it could be.
I think it's. I'm gonna go ahead and say it's an undead creature like a zombie. That would be my personal guess.
That's what I'm thinking too.
I'm not speaking for the group. For the record, I am discussing. Don't take this as a gospel.
How the
You
gods
see
book?
his hand was raising, and you saw a magic spell starting to be prepared, like to raise up the wheel, and then he puts it back down again.
So Nate's going to say what he knows, which is that he agrees with Kevin, and that
Kevin,
and that this
classic Kevin.
He agrees, and he knows that he did his turn undead, destroy undead, and that it's gone. So he thinks it was a zombie.
Okay.
Well, Heartbreaker made the statement. Don't you all take the plunge and spin the wheel? Just do a sacrifice for fun.
You could. Do you want to do a sacrifice?
I'm thinking yes.
Okay, a sacrifice for a hint. Is that what I hear?
Yes! Are you
The
happy?
loser wheel appears. Roll me a D100 for the random
D100.
effect on the loser wheel, as he is going to gesture you over enthusiastically and say, "Come here, darling, come take the spin."
I'm sure you've been
loser
waiting for
wheel.
this.
I have been.
Okay. They're gonna, not even energetically, they're just gonna slump over. They're just
Slump
gonna walk
over.
on over.
It starts like doing the ticking down, and the audience is cheering and applauding, and there's like woo as it starts to slow down. What did you get on your D100?
That's a 46.
A 46. What would this
Yay.
be?
46.
Uh-oh.
That can't be good.
Thrux.
Oh,
Not Thrux.
no.
Trio.
Just is dying.
Sorry. Sorry. Two lizards.
It just killed
with
Kevin.
names.
For no reason.
Trio.
Kevin's
You,
just like,
you feel
think
your
it's-
body start to kind of crack a little bit as
Oh, no.
you guys all watch
Oh.
as Triao starts to shrink until they emerge as a lizard folk.
Literally trucks. No.
You are now see, I'm now debating on what type of lizard you should be. I know there's a lizard that looks
Bearded
like a
dragon.
The bearded dragon is the first answer. However, I believe there is a Draco lizard that looks exactly like a little dragon. I will send you guys a picture of it, because armadillo lizards, that's what they're called, and they look exactly. Or red-eyed crocodile skinks. That's what they're called. But I'm thinking of this type of lizard folk. I'm thinking that's what Triao turns into, like the orange and stuff fits. So
That's so
Triao,
cute.
you shrink down to a lizard folk with the appearance of a red-eyed crocodile skink.
How tall am I? No.
How tall are they?
Okay, so
Are they shorter than Thrux?
I'd honestly say that they're the same height as Thrux. As they shrink down, all their like big clothing kind of sags around them, and there are now two lizard folks. And Heartbreaker just goes, "Oh, that's such a cute look on you."
No, it's not.
Don't
No,
worry.
it's not.
Don't worry, love. Don't worry, love. It'll only last for 3 days.
No.
What? Darkness goes, what the hell? Why are you so upset? What?
I don't want to be like this.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
small. I was
Here's
6 feet.
Here's your hint, my friend. The hint: it doesn't have to be a particular creature, just a thread connecting everything together. A concept.
That's not a
in one.
fucking.
You're the one who spun the loser wheel.
Can I get out my salmon now?
Sure, you take out a whole rotten salmon.
It's like, you should give me another one, and I'm gonna hold it threateningly.
Is that a fish?
Yes.
Why are you threatening me with a fish?
Because I'm fishing around and I'm gonna hit him.
Roll to hit.
Please, God.
What is it?
18?
18. You guys hear a wet slap against Heartbreaker's face as he gets slapped with a salmon, and there's like gunk rolling down his cheek, and just goes, "What?" You get a point of inspiration. The audience loves it.
And they're just gonna angrily walk back to the crew.
It can be a type of monster. There, that's your hint.
Oh, thank you!
Oh.
Look at Triao.
Okay, thank you.
Looks good on you, at least.
Oh, shut up.
Is it just undead then?
Okay.
Are you answering undead? Is that your final answer?
Well, that was more of asking everyone else. But that's my thought process.
I mean, it
I
can
mean,
just be a con.
I'm pretty confident saying it's an undead, I think.
Are mind flayers undead?
I said it looked like
It's not a mind
flayer.
flayer. Yeah.
I
Right.
mean, if it can just be a concept, I mean, undead seems relatively likely to me.
It is indeed
It is a-
undead. Congratulations,
Wow.
everybody, and that is the end
Yay.
of our first game. Let's move swiftly along to the next one. He snaps his fingers. The trapdoors swing open underneath you. You don't even know how they got there perfectly in your guys' positions. But everyone goes sucking down into the same slide this time. Harrison's like just off to the side. You guys are in this massive slide tumbling against one another. Charpay, please make me a dexterity saving throw to avoid bumping into Own.
Oh,
Oh god.
no.
Oh no.
Here's
Oh,
some
no.
context for lovely Ryan. Charpay's curse is when she touches gold, it turns to silver.
Oh, no.
When she touches silver, it turns to copper. When she touches copper, it turns to dust. Own is made of copper.
Oh dear.
Can I ask what the DC is?
Yes, I'm gonna say that the DC is going to be 12. It's low.
Okay. Okay, good. Then that's a 14. Because I could give myself advantage, but yeah,
So,
I have 14.
as you guys start sliding down, you get very close to Own at certain points and such, but you manage to, like, I'd say that what you do is you take your hands and you kind of just, like, shove them into pocket space and, like, into your bag just to make sure that they don't, under any circumstances, hit Own. Unfortunately, it means that you're gonna have a less than graceful kind of crocodile roll as you fall onto the ground, but all of you guys make
That's
it
all right.
into a rough pile of bodies and such as you make it to the bottom, slapping against one another, and all just landing in a weird pile. Some of you, the more graceful folk, probably Nathaniel and such, managed to get a good landing. Thrux, I'd say you do as well, being very dexterous. Triao, you're not used to your new feet yet, so not as much, but you guys all get up.
I'm probably rolled into a ball again.
Yeah, most likely, but as you guys unfurl, everything is okay. Own is not dusted like Infinity War.
Good.
And,
Thank God for that.
The room illuminates in a soft, hazy golden light. There's a small mist within the air, like a slight fog from a smoke machine that had been turned off a few minutes prior. You're in a relatively small room with exposed brick walls and birchwood flooring. There's a large, comfortable-looking caribou couch with a heart carved into its center, and, like, elegant pink velvet cushions. Within the walls, there are some inlaid bricks to give these heart-shaped impressions in the wall. And they're blocked off with yellow-tinted glass that, like, has lighting inside of it that shines out and illuminates the room. And there is also a large silk curtain in the corner of the room, and behind it is a very slender, shadowed figure. On the wall, there are instruments and a bunch of other items that would fancy a good performance, basically anything you can think of. And there's just a bunch of little trinkets and such, and masks and such there. Play stuff for, like, props and the like. Raised in the center of the room is a small stage, the floor of which is covered in scattered rose petals. It stands adjacent to the silk curtain drapery, and the silhouette is kind of cross-legged and watching intently, with a head cocked in interest towards your guys' location. It isn't long, however, before a puff of roses and hearts follows you all into the room, and Heartbreaker makes a bow as he appears before you all on the large stage. Congratulations on not dying yet, beauties, but an even greater challenge faces you now. A challenge of charm, glamour, and charisma. Welcome to Show Me What You've Got. You'll all be drawing numbers from my gorgeous-looking hat here, and this will decide your partner for the challenge. It's you and your partner's goal to please this charming young lady behind the curtain. The loss condition is simple. The best performance wins her mercy, and not a single roll on the loser wheel. From there, she'll rank every performance. Second place gets 1 roll. Third place gets 2 rolls, so on and so forth. However, for the last place loser, how does 5 spins of the loser wheel sound? I think it sounds great.
That sounds
So,
terrible.
Give it your best shot out there. Show her what you've got. And he's gonna stroll over to you all, tip his hat, and I would like Ryder to roll a d4.
Okay. I got a 1.
Okay, Thrux, roll a d4.
I hope he gets a 1.
Got a 4.
Okay, Nathaniel, roll a d4. 1, you're on Team Ryder.
Oh boy.
CC, roll me a d4.
4.
All right, you're on Team Thrux.
All right.
Owen, roll a d4. Oh, actually, no. There's only 2 people left. Owen and
Yeah.
Triao, you guys are on a team.
All right.
I already have an idea. Oh my god. Yes.
And with that in mind, with only 3 teams, I'm going to roll to see who goes first, and I will give that team a moment to discuss their plans to prove yourself.
I do.
The first team is going to be Ryder and Nate.
Okay.
Okay.
Alrighty.
So you guys can have a moment to discuss your act.
I
Great.
suppose Ryder will look in your direction and just be like, you have experience here, right?
Yeah, so Nate's, just so everyone knows, Nate's kind of circus trick in his own dimension is, well, he's the ringleader. He kind of steps into the ringleader role after our ringleader was murdered. So he's the ringleader, and he kind of does all the crowd work. He fires people up in the audience, and his like big circus trick is strongman stuff. So he does heavy lifting, and there was an act that he did where he kind of would use a warhammer to kind of fashion these plates out of metal into like designs and that kind of thing. So that's kind of what he does. He's also very charismatic. He's like, I have a +3 charisma, so
Ryder has a +4 charisma, so you guys are a
So-
big power duo.
we could maybe do like a Penn and Teller. That might be too old a reference for you, but
Oh no, I
kind
know
of-
Penn and Teller.
Okay, good. So Penn and we could do kind of like a comedy act back and forth type of thing. I mean, that could work.
I could
That's kind of
do
what
my
I'm
best to
thinking.
play off of you. I'm not exactly the performer type. I've really only have one person I work with. But we can make it work.
You hear
Then
a
you're-
small squeak from a bag, and the squeak sounds annoyed as you hear this little and Nate, you see for the first time a little silky anteater pop out of his bag and look at him disappointedly.
Sorry. 2 people.
Walter slips back into the bag.
That was fun. So if you're not the comedian type, you can be Teller, and I can be Penn. Yeah, what do you think?
Penn and
We can do something. We can do something like that. You said there's like a sofa in the room or something.
There's a sofa, indeed. That's mostly for the other contestants to sit on while you guys perform.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
You
So
could
not
steal
to
it
be
if
used
you
as a
wanted to.
prop.
You could steal it if you really wanted to.
Okay. The first thing Nate is gonna do is he's gonna walk over to the sofa and he's going to lift it up and put it over by the lady.
Roll athletics.
All right, that's a really.
Can I
good
help
move.
out here?
Sure. Roll at advantage with a help action from Ryder.
Great. Okay. 24.
Was anyone going to sit on the couch, by the way?
I mean, no.
Probably not.
Okay, you guys are probably just looking at the couch, and before you can even think of sitting down, Nate walks over to it, and Nate just hoists it up and holds it right over his head, and just walks it over onto the stage and such.
And I just will put it down, and then I will gesture for the lady to sit on the couch. Very
She looks at you amused and
chivalrous.
says, I do not wish to move, but thank you for your courteousness. You're a gentleman.
No worries. If you prefer to stand, we're happy to deliver our act. And so, Nate and Ryder are going to start let's do some improv, I guess.
All right.
All right, those two walk onto the stage. You guys no longer have a seat, so the rest of you guys just kind of stand there. Harrison
As they're
applauds.
walking up, Ryder's just gonna lean over and be like, "I'm just gonna follow your lead."
Uh-oh. See, with Nate, that's no problem, but with Ryan, it might be a bit of an issue. So Nate's going to get up and he's going to start working the crowd, or working her, I guess. He's going to say, so how you doing today? What's your name?
Why do you need my name? Is there a reason for that involved in the act? Is it a magic
Well, you
trick
know,
you're doing?
Generally, if someone asks you your name in the context of this kind of comedy show that we're doing, you know, it's common practice to be a good sport and go
What
along
is a
with it.
name but a label put on you by not even yourself most of the time? To be able to choose our own fate and destiny. I don't think we should be confined to things like names to begin with.
Tough crowd.
So Nate's going to turn to the crowd. He's going to say, what's up with this lady?
I'd say that the entire audience
What is this guy?
The entire audience erupts into laughter. They love the joke and such, and she just sits there and just goes, quite rude.
Well, everyone's got a name. I mean, everyone in this audience has a name. Look, sir, what's your name?
I will say that there's like an illusory screen in front of you guys that shows you the audience and such, because you are in a separate room altogether. And you point to this like probably tabaxi man in the crowd who is looking at you, and he looks very blank, like expressionless, and a smile curls up his face, and he starts clapping in a weird rhythm, and that's all he does. And you notice that he's been clapping. He's been clapping so much this show that his hands are bruised, like right along this ridge and such.
Oh.
like
Ryder's gonna lean over and be like, okay, I've never done this before, but is juggling entertaining?
Yes, go for it.
All right.
Oh, you're the white guy!
Ryder's gonna reach down towards his keyring of guns, and he's gonna pull a few out. And I'm going to attempt to juggle his guns.
Ryder has these keys, and when he takes them out, they turn into these guns, and you see 3 guns appear in his hand. They're all loaded.
This is gonna...
And I would like you to roll acrobatics for me.
Okay. What's my modifier?
Oh, no!
Okay, that's not as bad as it could have been. I got a 15.
A 15? You guys are all watching, probably, and like, oh no. And Walter hides deeper into the bag and just goes... as Ryder starts juggling the guns. It's not like a good juggle by any means, but he has a steady rhythm going and such. He can't do any cool tricks, but he's just juggling there and just standing. And probably smiling, like looking off, like not even at the audience, just slightly to the left and juggling right next to Nate. As Nate was staring at this tabaxi, he was just...
Right. Okay, so you're successfully juggling the guns, it seems.
Yes.
I believe so.
Great.
Hot fire!
So Nate's gonna try and convince her to kind of get with the program here. You know, this is, we've got a whole crowd of people who are bruising their hands to applaud for the show. We have a guy juggling some guns. This has got to be impressive.
She looks a bit impressed about the guns.
Oh, and Ryder will kind of move his head real quick, just to be like, I'm blind too.
Yeah, Nate's like, and yeah, exactly. And so Nate is going to say, get with the program here, liven up a little bit. This is, we're meant to be having some fun here. He's going to try and convince her.
Roll persuasion.
That, for me, is a plus 4. Nope. 8 plus 8.
All right. What is that?
So here we go. That is a 21.
21. I would say that it is relatively impressive. You've made up for most of your past blunders. Though it seems that the weight is being carried by your partner and not yourself.
Ryder's gonna blurt out and just be like, no, don't worry, this guy's great as well.
Nate's gonna say, I'm from the circus of wayward wonders, not the circus of wayward blunders. So I'm not sure we're getting any blunders out of our act here, but clearly we've done a pretty good job. What do you say, audience?
Clearly he's done a good job.
The
audience is clapping.
Can Ryder lean over again and be like, okay, so you say you lift stuff, right?
Yes.
Can you lift me while I'm doing this?
Yes.
All right, Ryder, roll acrobatics. Nate, roll athletics.
Alrighty.
Oh, this is even better. I got a 26 that time.
Nice. Very cool.
Oh, no, Ryan.
I got a 10. How light is Ryder?
Ryder is...
He's 6'1".
Okay,
Yeah.
in that case, inspiration to make it a 20.
Okay. All right. So with amazing precision, Ryder keeps juggling and such, and with the as you're getting the rhythm going, as you are starting to get picked up, kind of by the legs and thrown up into the air, and I'd say caught on how the circus performers kind of have this small little perch they keep.
Yeah.
Yes, one hand. Let's go, one hand. Ryder, you perfectly land on there, and you have one leg lifted up, and you're starting to juggle the guns underneath the leg as Nate is holding your other leg up. And the audience erupts and such, and I'd say you both get the audience favor again. That's inspiration for both of you.
Nice.
As
Nate will turn to the lady, and he's going to say, how's that for a contribution? A bit coyly, a bit coldly.
Wow.
And Nate is he's gonna kind of gesture around. I know that we're in a different room from the audience, but he's just kind of gonna go in a circle and be like, look at this guy, isn't this impressive?
Look at me.
how are you guys, the players, the other party members, reacting to this?
This is so great. I love this. Yay.
Yeah, go! Buzz!
As this act is coming to a close here, Nate, you hear a message enter your head. You've traveled a curious path, one against the wishes of your church and community. You've grown, but has it been in a way they'd all accept? What'll happen when you return home to your family, and they cast you away like you did to them before? Ryder, you hear in your head. There seems to be others persuading your action, others you might not even be aware of. I think your own inner voice may not even be your own sometimes. And you guys probably get settled down to the ground as she is still clapping in a slow pattern.
The way Ryder's gonna put the guns back is he's gonna as he's tossing them around, he's just gonna toss them down to his hip and send them all back into the keychain.
And you probably just jump down next to him.
And I'll say he does a bow.
Nate is a little perturbed by what he heard, but he's not going to say anything about it.
All right. And Ryder takes the bow next to you. Are you going to bow as well?
Yeah, Nate's going to bow for sure. Yeah,
you guys take your stageman bows. You guys have, and the audience is erupting. As you put on a great show, you really picked it up there at the end. And she's just going to go, next, please. Entertain me. All right, group 2 is going to be Thrux and Charpay.
No.
All right.
Please.
Charpay
You guys gotta finish off the show.
Charpay takes her the shoulders. She's like, okay, I have an idea. What do you think of this? I shapeshift into a big fucking gorilla. She takes out William. She's like, you are the heroic Kevin who has come to rescue the sweet princess Wilhelmina from me, who was kidnapped.
By the way,
and
William,
instead of like
for context, William is a tiny kiwi bird.
I know, yeah.
We had the same fucking idea.
Let's go.
That's amazing. Holy crap, same brain.
Look, I will put the screenshot. I have this written down on a sticky note on my computer.
Oh my god.
All right, so Thrux and Charpay with
waves.
perfect mind sync Oh my god! How did you do this? How did you do this? You see, honestly, Charpay, as you're saying this, I could see Thrux pulling out a piece of parchment that he's been writing on with the exact same thing, like a script that he was writing during their show. You two look at each other with like a knowing gaze. It's showtime, baby.
Difference is William being involved. That's the only difference.
Yeah. Yeah, that's so fucking tight. Let's do it.
All right, so as Ryder and Nate go back to the stands with everyone else.
Yeah. I'll try my best to not actually hurt you, though. I'll like throw you around a little bit. Are you okay with me throwing you around?
I am totally fine with that. I'll try not to hurt you as well.
Great, it's all right. It won't hurt me.
All right, and you guys, are you going to go do your act?
Yeah.
I suppose.
All right, you take the stage. Give it to me.
Okay.
All right. Well, I've heard that you yourself are not a lady for names, but regardless, I will give mine. My name is Charpay Ashes, and this is my heroic friend, Kevin. Now, we may not seem very alike, but there is one... Yes, we may not seem very alike. It's true we have many differences, but we both share a heart for one... Actually, a couple things. One of them being deception, the other being the arts. So, I would like to present to you a glamorous show of illusory capabilities and a tale of love and treachery in the jungle. And Charpay will transform into a giant gorilla and hold little William up in her hand.
William is going to start peeping in agony as the play begins, as they are squeaking for a rescue, as big gorilla Charpay is just holding this little dude.
So, Thrux will start walking towards the gorilla and go and look up. Not saying words, because for some reason Thrux has decided he's not going to speak very during this.
That's all right. That's all right.
The protagonist.
And points up at William and goes, like he's acting like a dramatic.
I
will
love
get you, my dear William. That sort of.
William is.
Do we have background music or something?
No, I mean no.
Okay. Okay.
Triao can be providing operatic vocals in the back.
I would appreciate
that. Okay, so
Did
Triao.
Give me a harmonica. I'm proficient in it.
There is a harmonica on the wall. Ryder, so in the background there is a harmonica opera duo and such happening between Triao and Ryder as a beautiful silent play is happening, and William is going to kind of do like a fake swoon. They don't have wings because they're a kiwi bird, but you can imagine the swoon of like, help me.
So, first thing Thrux is going to do is going to dash in between the gorilla's legs and kind of like pull out. Honestly, he's going to take out two of his swords and his cutlets, and like ram through it. Yeah, ramming through the two legs.
Okay.
So that's going to be how he opens.
Roll acrobatics to make sure that you don't hit Charpay with the swords.
I mean, I have a separate pool of hit points right now. It doesn't really matter.
That's true.
It's still a 20, a dirty 20.
A 20, you perfectly go underneath and are going to jump up behind Charpay with a beautiful ballet jump, kind of.
And then afterwards, I'm gonna jump and twirl around to face again. This time unleashing an Eldritch Blast to.
All right, so you twirl around and cast your hand out, and this rupturing blue fire energy gathers around your hand, and it shoots towards Charpay. Are you trying to miss or hit?
I'm going to try to miss, but
okay. Roll to hit though.
But I don't want it to hit anything else. Yeah, roll to hit. Oh boy, that's a 19, so it is gonna hit.
That's all right.
And Charpay gets blasted and knocked back by the Eldritch Blast.
Which is the Eldritch Blast is 2d6, yeah?
It's 1d10?
It's a d10, isn't it?
Yeah, d10.
Oh, it's a d10?
At your level, it's 1d10, I think.
You take 6 damage.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all right.
Charpay gets blasted in the back.
Yeah, Charpay just probably kind of miming this like silent roar, and she is going to try to slam down at Thrux, but it's gonna like slow down right as she's going, so he has time to roll out of the way.
It's gonna pull a dodge, yeah.
Okay, roll acrobatics. This is beautiful acting, guys. Love the coordination.
We were prepared for this.
You guys were.
Guys.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a 22.
22, Thrux, you perfectly
Yeah.
neo-dodge out of the way of the gorilla hand swiping over you. It goes in slow motion and such. You guys actually managed to slow down your hits enough to make it look like that. As
Thrux is going to then try to grab onto the arm as it pulls itself back up.
you do. You grab onto it.
Yeah, Charpay probably tries to shake off a little bit, but of course you stay on.
Thrux is going to take his sword, as you do, as posted in my sticky note, Shadow of the Cloth, stab it straight into the backside of the hand.
All right, roll to hit.
That's a natural 1.
Oh no!
You guys see as
it doesn't hit.
Thrux trips over and falls face first into the ground, and the sword goes clattering off the stage.
Can I catch him?
Sure, roll to
Can I try to catch him?
Yeah.
I would say resist being grabbed, actually. You want to act out this, turning it into part of the performance.
Sure. Thrux go on with the show.
Yeah, because what she would try to do is catch him in midair and then like squeeze him in the other hand. But if he wants to get out of the way of that, then he can try.
Thrux will take this in stride.
All right, Charpay, you grab him.
Okay.
You lift him up.
Alright. Yeah, probably lifts him up to her face and just like silent gorilla roar.
William is like on the shoulder now and like casts a beak out, like help me. Like in one of those scenes, it would be where like the princess is holding a hand out and trying to grab, but once again, no hands, little kiwi bird.
1 second. Let me look something up real fast because I haven't actually used this spell before.
Mongers? He's gonna kill Charpay?
I doubt it.
That's all right.
Suddenly, as Thrux is being held and is struggling, suddenly a big flame, bright light, poofs out of his chest and lights up.
Okay.
And casts Sacred Flame, which is
Sacred
1d,
Flame.
1d8.
Ooh.
Okay.
Ooh.
That is going to be 8 damage.
8 damage as it casts out and erupts around Charpay in like a beautiful ring of fire. And honestly, William's gonna look at you, Thrux, and is gonna take a running start down Charpay's arm and try and jump into your hands as you're like being dropped from the grapple.
Thrux will reach up and grab William, and use his cutlass and throw it down and teleport to it safely on the ground behind the gorilla.
You do that. You appear with William in your hands. Charpay, do you have any finishers? Do you fall over?
Yeah, I suppose, at this point she would start to stumble a little bit and fold kind of in half. She is gonna try to do one last big slam with both of her fists.
All right, Thrux, jump away.
And as that happens, I also, to accentuate the effect of the gorilla, I will cast light on it to make that just an epic sort of.
Okay, the floor shatters off into little light particles that break out. Silly man, that breaks off into the distance and such. And
that's William.
As Thrux slams down on the ground, William in hand, Charpay, the great gorilla ape, falls. And the audience.
I apologize. To accentuate it just a little bit more. Cast Firebolt, which would then cause an explosion.
Excellent. And
let's go.
And as it's all over, Charpay, are you returning to your normal form?
Yeah.
You return to your normal self, and you both bow, I'd say, at the end there. And the audience erupts into applause.
Wow.
And William takes a little bow too, and she is also slowly clapping. As you are bowing, you hear things in your head. For Charpay, grief still surrounds you. So much has truly happened. Don't let these growing flames engulf you. Thrux, you're holding so much guilt. If a lowly stranger like me could see that, don't you think your friends can too? Don't you think your brother can? And she is clapping. All right.
Thrux's just gonna like come
Thank
up
you,
and
ma'am.
bow a bit slower than he went down, if that makes sense.
All right, and you guys take your sides. Last up, Own and Triao.
Oh my god. Triao's gonna quickly as Skitter, small Skitter man to Own. And just go,
Silly
have you
lizard.
ever actually been to a fucking circus?
Honestly, I don't think I have,
No,
to be honest.
no.
Okay, so there's sometimes an act where they put an elephant on a ball, right? But considering that I'm a small guy, I think it would be better if I was small. But do you mind me being on top of you?
If
And we
you
just-
think,
There,
Yeah,
there is a ball in the room. I will say.
Fuck that ball. We don't.
Oh, we're using Own.
Yeah.
All right, I just realized. All right.
oh no, say, yeah. I mean, I don't have any other ideas. So,
Silly
Do
man.
you know any way to make it more exciting when I get on top of you?
oh no, say, yes.
Okay.
Don't tell me now. Wait for it later.
You guys step onto the stage and just go for your act. How are you introducing yourselves, etc.?
Well,
Okay. I guess Triao's gonna bow down and be like,
Mm-hmm.
"Hello, I'm the great lizard folk Triao, and this is my partner, Big
hi,
Own."
I'm Own, the ball.
Big-
And Own,
Big Own!
curl into the ball right away.
Own rolls up into like Metroid like Samus ball and just like sits on the ground.
I guess since they're too small to actually climb onto Own, they're gonna open the wings now.
Okay, you take your dragon cloak, wings spread from your back as my dog skitters violently in the background, and you're going to fly and take your land on top of Own.
Tria's gonna open their arms wide and just go 3, 2, 1. Do whatever you're wanting to do. And you start rolling his legs.
Yeah, Ono start rolling with it.
All right, both of you guys roll acrobatics to see if you stay in sync as you guys watch as, I mean, as a log roller, I appreciate the heck out of this as like Triao is just like rolling around on ball Own as Own just like rolls around the stage.
Okay, acrobatics, right?
Yes.
Please, Own, I need you to fucking succeed.
I mean, I didn't do that bad, actually. I didn't do that bad.
Is
So,
there
Okay,
anyway?
I did an
17?
18.
17,
there any-
18. Ooh,
Yeah.
nice.
Encourage Trio.
Sure, I mean,
Hey.
they're doing fine, actually. So, Triao, you actually managed to, with your lighter form, it's a lot easier than you expected to keep a nice roll on Own going. It's not the most entertaining act in the world, considering the surface area of Own and such. Like, it would be a
Yes,
lot
you're
more
right.
cool if there was a small ball and, like, less, but the audience is eating it up. They're clapping and such, though less enthusiastically than the other two acts.
And Tria's gonna yell out, "Now let the real show begin!"
Own?
and Own will cast levitate on themselves. And I will lift us the full 20 feet in the air.
And with
So-
that, Trio, with their wings open, gets the balance to stay on.
Okay, and Triao keeps rolling atop this levitating ball as it's like floating all over the place now, and the audience eats it up. Oh, it is so much cooler now.
As we begin to go through the air, I start to spin. I let out a dragon breath to
You can't.
give a sort of flare. I can't? Oh yeah. Guess what? Does the ice one
Oh,
count?
you do have the ice one because of the dragon ring.
Guess what, bitch?
You let
Ice.
out an ice dragon breath, and a beautiful flurry of glimmering snow is gonna fall down as this beautiful scene. It looks like something out of like the Nutcracker ballet performance at this point, with the snow perfectly sparkling down. Everyone's dying in my household.
And as we begin to keep going and going, I get out a simple firework. The one that I received throughout the fucking
Oh no.
brutal consistent of the fucking prizes.
You hold
I
out a
pick it out.
firework.
I show it to the crowd, You know, nobody's
say?
around, but I show it to the crowd. This is a firework for all. It won't hit you, because it's going to go up. And with a single blaze,
I
I
just
go...
stay on that list.
Yeah, what's gonna happen?
You're such a
Just
man with
say I'm
words.
So you you set the firework alight. This is a 40-foot tall room. You guys are 20 feet in the air. The radius of the firework is 20 feet. As you
Yes,
set
I know,
the firework
I know,
up to the
I
top, it is going to explode into a
May
fury
raises
around
his shield.
you guys in the corner all brace for impact as the firework explodes right on top of Own. Like, right, they're in the middle of the firework as it explodes. So both of you guys roll a dex save, I believe I said for it.
Yes, it is a dex
Okay.
save.
Please. Oh, please. Oh, please.
Nat 20!
Motherfucker! Guess what? I got
Yeah?
a 19.
You guys, Own,
Let's
you,
go!
you perfectly drop to the ground. And with that, you guys are just out of the radius as it explodes around you in a beautiful heart shape. And you guys probably take your bow after a surprisingly successful performance for two of the low rollers in this group. This is gonna be Heartbreaker is going to appear. Okay, yep. Heartbreaker is going to appear and is just going to go, wow, what a wonderful show. This is gonna be a hard one to judge. Do you need a moment, darling, to get... No, I figured out my rankings. Okay, we don't need any time at all. Well then, who is going to be the winner of this competition? Before this, she is going to turn very quickly to Own and Triao. And... Triao, where am I? Where's my doctor?
Where are you?
Where am I? Triao, you here. How much do you even know about your friends? How well do you truly know them? Could you even tell the difference between some of them and a shapeshifter? So much of your life and politics have stemmed from lies and cover-ups. What'll be next? Will you find out in time? And Own, do you even truly want to know what you did? What do you think will happen when you piece it all together? What of your own past entices you once more to the bad habits of history? Tread lightly, my friend. There's so much happening in my house right now. And with that, in first place, I am going to be giving it, surprisingly, I didn't think it was going to be that way, to Own and Triao for somehow managing that.
I told you, motherfucker, we're gonna have the greatest fucking show of all. I was so fucking excited.
They deserve it.
They deserve it. They really do. Which means the people who will be rolling the loser wheel, it just depends on who is going to get 5 whole rolls and who is going to get 2 whole rolls on it. So, in last place, she is going to, like, stand there and look, and it's just going to go. Now, there were rough parts of both performances. I really don't like when people call my name. Ryder and Nate unfortunately have lost.
We'll be fine. We'll be fine.
It was very cool though, and alright, and the loser wheel is going to appear. I am going to need Charpay and Thrux to roll 2d100, and I need Nate and Ryder to roll 5d100
Each. Okay.
Beach, you beach.
So a lot of
Uh-oh.
stuff is about to happen.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Let me
And
go.
we're
I'm gonna put
wrap
those
up
in
very
rolls.
quickly. All right.
This is a lot.
Okay, 31 and 93. Let me go quickly get these. 31.
There we go.
All right, excellent.
Oh, Jesus.
31. Ooh, interesting. Charpay, who are you standing close to right now?
Probably still Kevin.
Evan?
Yeah.
Kevin?
You,
That's his name.
okay. What does this do?
This is true.
Oh, never mind. I'm looking at the wrong one. You, are going to, am I looking at? Oh, you lose all memories of Thrux.
Oh,
And,
well,
you guys both got a 93. You are now, both very hypersensitive to insults.
Thrux already was.
okay.
Alright, and so
No
we are
one
now...
make a short joke to Thrux.
So now we are going to go to the whole mess of a thing. 17. You now,
Okay.
any damage that you take is going to be shared with Nate. You both take the damage.
Oh no!
Please write that down for me.
Yeah, I have a notepad open because there's so much.
There is so much happening here.
Okay.
Okay. The next one, Ryder, in a poof. You are now a very short little satyr child.
I'm a kid? Okay.
You're a kid.
You're a kid again.
Alright.
Congratulations, this happens every time you come in here. Okay. 19. Everyone thinks it's your birthday.
Oh, yes!
It is your happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Okay. Your left hand turns to stone.
Oh.
Okay.
It's now frozen in place. And lastly, you are... People think that you are very tiny right now. Even as a child, they are perceiving you as a little insect-sized Ryder.
Okay.
Congratulations.
He's
Not too
gonna
late.
sort of like stand there and just kind of move his hands around. This is much worse than I would have expected.
Yo.
no.
You look
Okay.
like you look. You
This
look
is a
like you're
terrible
getting
thing to happen to you on your birthday.
This is so
I was
much.
gonna say,
This is
I mean,
so much.
happy birthday.
Nate, choose an ability score for me.
Oh no.
Choose an ability score. All right, I'm going to choose Constitution.
He said nope.
Nothing happens.
Okay, whew,
That's-
picked the
that's
right
good.
one.
Okay, everyone within 300 feet gets advantage on all intimidation checks against you.
Okay.
Okay.
41. Let me see what's 41. So a large basket of fruit, of slightly off moldy fruit, appears in your hands. Congratulations, you get the fruit barrel extravaganza.
Great.
99.
I'm scared of that one.
That's fair.
Ominous number.
Is Nate in any sort of romantic relationship? I have to know.
No.
Great. You are now smitten with Heartbreaker.
Oh no.
Oh,
Yeah.
I've had this one before.
He has had this one before.
Yeah.
oh
And
no.
lastly, you have an intense craving for garlic right now. You really want some.
Oh.
Congratulations, those are your loser weir rolls. They are so messed up. These all last for an hour.
Ryder turns into a satyr child
Thrux's
that we
other
think is
role?
very small.
I forgot.
Yes, you
Yeah.
guys
Yeah.
think he's doll-sized at the moment.
And my birthday. It's my
And-
birthday.
And it's his
his
birthday. And his hand is turned to stone.
Yes.
Whereas Nate is just slightly more fearful of everyone in the room, smitten with
Yeah.
Heartbreaker, and has a craving for garlic and a large basket of fruit.
Yes.
He wins in the day of the day.
All right,
I also
that's fine.
also we share damage now, so
Yeah, that's not great. I hope. Yeah, that's not
All
great.
right.
What did I
And-
get with 28? I forgot.
Did I give you that? 28.
I don't-
Did you get?
I'm not
think
sure
you
if you
did.
did. I don't remember.
Oh, I didn't
don't
give it to you. Any ongoing effects on the target triple in duration.
does that include
Nice.
what he just got?
Yes.
Okay.
3 hours, baby girls.
So this includes. This only affects these sorts of things, right? I'm just
Yes.
making sure it doesn't
Not your
affect,
curse.
like
No.
curses. Okay,
Not your
cool.
curse.
Wait.
No, nothing can really affect
Wait.
curses. Yeah?
No, Am I a lizard for 6 days? No, or no?
No,
Or
it's only for
every
Thrux.
9
It's
days?
only for Thrux. It's only for Thrux.
Okay, I was gonna say
All right.
it's
You guys want-
And as this happens, a door appears in front of you guys. We're not gonna go on for too much longer. I'd say like 15 more minutes. So, if that's all right. The door appears in front of you all, and Heartbreaker vanishes.
Nate looks crestfallen. He also says, does anyone here have any garlic knots or anything?
I mean, Thrux says, I ate a bar of soap. Did that count?
I don't have any
No.
food.
No. I don't think I have any
Everyone's
garlic
such-
on me.
Who are you?
Everyone is such picky eaters.
Oh yeah, Charpay doesn't know what Thrux is.
Wait! Thrux looks
When did you get here?
I ask myself that every day.
I mean, it's Kevin. You know, Kevin.
Can we
Yeah,
get
it's
to
our
bed and
friend.
reverse this stuff?
Has he been
What's that,
here the
Ryder?
entire time?
Yeah. He performed with
What's that,
you.
Ryder?
Did he?
What did you say, Cole?
I've been there.
So, does this count as a curse, this loser wheel outcome?
This is not a curse. This is an effect. It's gonna last for about an in-game hour.
Or
Right.
3 in my case.
Yes, or
Hey,
3
you
in
guys feel like short resting?
Minus 2.
Kidding, I'm kidding.
All right, but yes, there is a door in front of you all now.
I suppose Ryder's wanting to get this over with at this point.
You start stomping towards the door. You guys see a tiny doll-like Ryder try and reach up, and somehow, with like telekinesis from your guys' perspective, the door handle like creaks downwards.
I'm
Come on, you
special.
don't have to do everything on your birthday. Let us help.
Nate kind of looks at the moldy fruit basket in his hand and goes, okay. And he puts it down. And
Can I
then just
take
kind of
that?
looks at it, and then he
Is there
walks
any
over and
garlic
helps
in there?
open the door.
Thrux goes over and eats something from this basket.
Cool. You grab
Oh,
an
boy.
awful, really old mushy
Kevin,
banana.
that doesn't
and
belong
you
to you.
eat the peel too.
I guess I should ask, is there garlic in the basket?
You're right, I don't.
No, there's no
Okay,
garlic.
then,
I'm
then he's
sorry.
happy to put it aside.
Excellent.
Thrux throws
So,
the banana to the floor. Oh!
The door is going to click open, and on the other side is blinding, bright, and endless light as the main circus ring appears before you, alongside the uproarious applause of the audience, with like this overwhelming clatter that sounds more like the desperate slapping of what now sounds like broken hands crashing against one another. The audience looks redder than what you last remember, and they scream and holler in what has to be delight at your entrance. Congratulations, congratulations, you've made it halfway through. There's been many ups and many downs, but you're alive and doing just so well for yourselves.
I don't want to be a kid anymore.
My dear audience member and beloved contestants, some of you have only known each other for the better half of an hour, but I think we can all agree that not everyone has been acting like themselves, have they? A devilish grin trails up his face. Somebody is not who they seem. Why, that person might not have even known themselves. What a shame. That certainly throws a wrench into our show. We can't let this go on any further. It's your job to decide who is the odd one out. Oh, and this reminds me. Why don't we go ahead and reveal everyone's truth or desire picks? I would like everyone to roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Wisdom? Damn
There's someone among us, I swear to God.
It's not among us!
Yikes.
Damn it. Okay.
I got a nat
You know what?
20.
You know what?
Yeah, I can
Um,
do these.
I have Indomitable. I'm gonna use Indomitable.
Okay,
Oh, you know, I
that
got
is
the fucking D10 from the audience. I'm good with that.
okay.
Alright, that's 11. Oh wait, no, it's...
I mean, I guess I could use I never used the Chronal Sift or whatever to re-roll. Do I? Here's the
Wait, no, I
question.
need to add my
Is
other
this
one.
worth? Is this
come
worth
back.
using that ability for? I don't feel like it is. I have
That's
100
actually a
thought.
16, I forgot.
My mindset was that I had an ability, might as well use it.
I'm gonna mute myself.
Four.
See, my mindset is always spare my ability till I need them, but then I never use them. So
I got 4. Damn it.
No.
Everything will be fine. We're all doing great. Oh no.
Yeah, I'm doing great, personally.
Listen, my wisdom roll wasn't like I mean, it's 9, so it's obviously not amazing. Shoot, that's not a 9. This is less. I got a 1.
Oh no! Oh no! Well, good luck, Kevin.
Excellent. We are here.
Okay.
By the end of 10-something minutes, I can never keep track, you'll all be casting your votes on who the fake truly is. Use any tactics you wish to find the truth. Good luck.
Well,
Is it Kevin? Because I still don't know who that is.
well, I mean, they just got here. I don't think it's them, but
Well, shouldn't we first decide what's the best way to figure someone out?
I mean,
well, what do you
I-
think?
So is this like Among Us type thing? Like
No!
one of us?
Oh, hang on. Let me just replace that thing real quick.
I'm Mr. Imposter. I'm Mr. Sus.
Yeah, kind of. It's a hit and roll type game. I'm trying so hard to avoid Among Us.
That's alright, I understand.
Among Us? No, but kind of a hit and roll type game where it's just discussing and using any tactic you want to find.
Town of
Who is-
Salem.
Town of Salem is a better way.
Right, kind of like detective or mafia or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. And so each one of us has been assigned something,
Yes.
some role.
Perhaps.
Okay.
It's an ominous way to phrase that.
Ominous as fuck.
Well, okay, I mean, we all know each other, except I don't know Kevin.
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't
just
know.
gonna look at Charpay and go,
Well,
you know, this is starting to get kind of insulting.
let's ask Kevin what he thinks. You know, you have a guy that you don't
I'm
like.
sorry, bud.
I feel like
So-
you have somebody that you don't like.
Me? I don't
Yes.
like Ryder much.
Okay, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Why?
So,
yeah. Well,
Thrux just looked at Ryder. You know why? Because you're Ryder.
it is true. You know, he's on the right path. You are kind of just the guy that came in out of nowhere.
Capitalist. Dirty capitalist.
I have done nothing wrong to you.
Hmm.
Nate doesn't
I
know
think
what
this
any
is
of you.
not-
Such a hard elbow.
This is
Ryder.
not beneficial.
I mean,
Nate
to be fair,
doesn't know any of you. Nate perceives Charpay as the leader still, right? So he's going to turn to Charpay
I
and he's
guess
going
so,
to
yeah.
say, "Are any of your friends acting strangely?"
We obviously can't go by how well we know each other, because there's someone here we don't even know.
well, I mean,
Yeah.
Thrux seems to be acting a little bit more hostile than usual.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to the washroom real quick.
I think that's just the way he would act. You know how previously you know.
You're reading
sometimes-
into this.
I think he has a good suspicion about being the first glaze that he gazed upon Ryder. He instantly shows violence, and once you set your heart upon that, you'll want to take the other one out.
I mean, but Thrux is normally pretty noble and wouldn't want to just like throw someone to the wolves. I feel like he's acting.
I'm not saying we kick him out, buddy. Second of all, I thought Charpay was the one who was acting like they didn't know me.
I don't know you. Who are you?
What do you mean you don't know him?
Are there any circus people here that may know Nate? You know, that could help in determining that.
I think he's fine. I think he's great.
I mean,
I don't trust any
What
of
I
you
was thinking
right now.
here is that. What I was thinking here is that if we're under the assumption that, there is an imposter among us who would presumably not have the memories of the times that we have shared, barring Kevin and Nate, because I've never met them before now. We could ask each other some questions of knowledge that is well known but would not be known to an imposter. Can we just do that instead of insulting each other? God.
Seems like a good idea. But how do we account for everyone?
Good. Good question. I guess Well, I'm not sure what to do without Kevin and Nate, but I can at least start ruling people out. Triao, what's my fiance's name?
Fuck. Tria's gonna stumble back and just go, yes, give me a second. You know, my memory is kind of bad most of the times. You know, I kind of just had a little moment where I turned into this little guy. So, you know, just give me a quick second.
Okay, that's all right. Do you want me to come back to you?
Yeah.
Okay, Ryder, who's the person who hired you us?
Did what?
Who's the person who hired you and sent you to us?
Oh.
What the hell, you guys? Hello?
Was it Veronica or something?
No, I don't know about you guys, but that's kind of.
Oh, right, I'm a kid right now.
Yeah, you're supposed to be like here.
Yeah, I got a higher voice.
Yeah, wait a minute. You came to us out of nowhere, I think. But you don't know who contacted you?
I mean, to be fair, Trio, you're not free of suspicion either.
I don't remember their name.
But you got the V at least. I'll let you have that.
I'm just gonna walk up to Triao and say, "How much can I pay you to have a bar of the soap?"
Triao looks to their bag and notices that they have soap and just goes,
There's a timer? Oh, frick.
I said you guys have 10
okay,
minutes.
Oh, and who's the name of the red Aarakocra who was our friend and has now unfortunately passed away?
Who are you asking?
Okay, I'm just gonna say, everyone in here knows the answer to that, minus Nate. I will say that everyone knows that. So actually, everyone in this room knows in their head the name Wilfred. It's like given.
What do you mean?
well, because of the statues, dum-dum. There's a red Aarakocra, and then you have two.
Well, I feel like it might be deeper than that.
I don't know.
Well, Nate notices that Owen didn't answer Charpay's question, so Nate's a little suspicious of Owen.
I didn't catch who was being asked, but Owen will say at the
yeah.
Well, yeah, everyone knows that.
Good answer.
Wilfred.
Yeah, come on, that's common knowledge.
Okay.
We all know Wilfred.
We all know Wilfred.
Yeah.
It's true. It's true. Better question. Owen, what's the name of the blue Aarakocra that you met?
No one knows that.
The little one.
The
light blue one? With the knives?
Don't recall.
There's a blue one?
You were the one who went on a whole adventure with them. I just barely met them. What do you mean?
I think you're the one lying here, because I don't think
Strux looks at Charpay. Okay. You don't know me. That's weird. That's very weird. This is not helping your case. This is real.
Okay, is the situation here that you know me, that I don't know you?
You know me.
That's so suspicious.
Okay, then.
Okay, I'm gonna
ask
look
me
back.
something that you know that I would know, and I respond.
I'm gonna look to Ryder and just go, you know, how long have you been with us?
Nate is going free of suspicion here because no one has anything to
I don't
prove or
know.
disprove.
How long has it been?
We're just trying to do
a month, few weeks, maybe.
Thrux looks at Charpay. Okay, I know something your dad is Von Pharaoh.
Yes, you kind of gave that to me, but yes.
Wait, damn it! Fuck.
Look, there's only one of you that I don't know as well. I don't know all of you very well, but there's only one of you. One of you that I haven't talked to that much.
Okay.
despite our impressive show.
Nate,
Right. I'm
Nate
a
turns to Ryder. Nate turns to Ryder and he says, "What would you like to know?"
Good question.
How are you going to ask and not ask him? Come on, it's clearly.
Nate's going to say, "Well, Ryder figures out the answer to that question. I don't really have any reason to suspect anyone here." But he turns to Own and says, "I've had a funny feeling about you this entire time, though."
What exactly
That's
have I
kind
done?
of hurtful.
What raises suspicion?
I don't think you've done anything. I just have an uneasy feeling.
Well, that's kind of rude.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay.
But I'm sorry.
There was
He's just a
there was
guy.
just a moment that Charpay was it the blue Aarakocra that you mentioned?
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
Owen didn't, was it Owen that didn't have any
Nobody
recollection?
Did, though Owen
Nobody
did not.
had.
Yeah.
But Nate's
It was a-
perception is that Owen
Yes.
didn't remember. That's
Yes.
what I'm saying,
Yes,
right?
yes.
So logically, that's what Nate is thinking, is that
Mhm.
Owen didn't remember the answer to Charpay's question, and Nate doesn't know any of you, but he does know that Charpay is the leader.
8,
So I think it's Owen.
7,
That's what Nate thinks.
6.
Ryder will speak up and be like, "Oh,
Okay.
what's the name of your
Three,
You're just
I
making
don't
bullshit
know.
up, Ryder!
And he is going. Harrison is going to quickly cast silence over you all, as just like give you guys all a time to be quiet. Exactly. And he is just going to smile and say, "So much has been discussed. Now we are going to close our eyes and point at the person you wish to eliminate." And Walter's just gonna crawl out of the bag and just go like, "Meow," and try and lead Ryder to the right answer for this one. So, Ryder, who do you point at? With some assistance.
I guess, based on the discussions we've had, he's gonna point at Nate.
Okay, you point at Nate. Thrux, who are you pointing at?
Thrux is gonna point at Charpay.
Nate, who are you pointing at?
I mean, the only person Nate would even remotely suspect is Owen, so Nate has to point at Owen.
Charpay?
I mean, Charpay kind of has to point at Triao.
Okay. Own?
Owen will point at Thrux.
And Triao.
And point to Ryder.
Everyone got one vote!
In a perfect circle, you're all pointing at one another. Your eyes are closed at the moment. And Heartbreaker is going to go, and open. And the voice tapers off a little bit. And with your hands all outstretched forwards, you're all pointing directly at yourself, as a reflection in front of you all points back at you. Ryder, before you see a shimmering golden soul that fits perfectly at your height, so you know it must be a reflection of yourself.
Okay.
Lily's not here, so that description is null. But you guys are all pointing at reflections. And if you were to look around and turn around, you see everyone else as you are all back to back in a circle. And your reflections kind of move around you, cast upon every wall and ceiling and even the floor. And it feels like there's hundreds and thousands of versions of you just creeping around this room, because it's just a massive, trippy, horribly, mirror room around you. By now, the spell of Modify Memory wears off from all of your minds. None of you are actually
Fair enough.
the imposter. You were
I
implanted
thought that might be
with
the
that
case.
memory.
Imposter was inside of us all along.
The imposter was inside of us.
Modify Memory recedes. And as this room of mirrors stretches forth, there's a hallway down it. But before you can look any further in the room, a sly laugh breaks through the room. And it's no longer Harrison's voice. Your next challenge is the Maze of Mirrors. Watch out! You may just see some things you wish you didn't. And you see the slight adjustments. Your reflections are all moving out of sync with you all. We are going to end this
Wow.
session off here.
Good thing I can't see.
Yeah, no, good thing. Good old
That was
mind
fun.
fuck. Thank you.
Yeah.
A good old
Great
mind
job,
fuck
everybody.
experience at the end.
Yeah.
To be very clear, so were we all the imposter? All of us?
Everyone besides Charpay who got a nat 20.
Okay.
So, all of you guys, what happened was there's a spell, Modify Memory, which can implant a memory in your head. So what happens is he implanted the memory of you have been an imposter changeling this whole time. Basically gave everyone in this room imposter syndrome.
Okay.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, at a
That's why
certain point, I was
Mr.
like,
Sus.
I bet everyone got it.
Yes.
That's why Nate had to attack Own. Nate was told that Own is the imposter.
I wasn't told to attack you.
I'm so glad I got Ryder.
Thrux. So I went for Thrux.
I think
love
as soon as Owen went for Thrux, I kind of assumed that this is what had happened because there was nothing really that you had said about that character. And so I was just like, okay, I think this is probably a situation where we're all going to end up Spider-Man pointing at Spider-Man.
It literally is the circle of Spider-Men pointing at each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My brain kind of immediately jumped at that idea that, oh, wait a second. As soon as like more than one person is like acting.
Well,
Okay, we have specific roles, especially at the end. I'm like, yes, I know exactly what's going on.
It was the moment where I noticed, or someone else didn't have their memories, that I was like, okay.
welcome. I will say that the name of this dungeon is the Imposter Syndrome Dungeon. So
Wow.
Wow.
we are
Awesome.
just getting started. As next session, we'll find out what the Maze of Mirrors has in store and what other crazy contraptions are coming for you guys. I will say, for the sake of Nate, the voice at the end you recognized as Mistress Dusklight, now taking over as your announcer. And the little clairvoyance camera kind of eye things are no longer around you all. So,
Wow.
broadcast.
I
My
see.
hands
Well,
made a
that-
fart noise. God.
That was great. That was a lot of
Thank
fun,
you.
you guys. Thanks for
Let's-
inviting me along.
Let's do some quick closing
Yes.
remarks then. Cole, closing remark.
Yeah, no, that was fun.
Great.
That's
Hey,
what I'll say.
hey, closing remark.
I guess I'm not remembered for Charpay still. Because that's not part of
Yeah,
my
how long does that
destiny.
last?
The modify memory spell?
Yeah.
It technically lasts for a minute. I'm beefing it up for this particular moment for 10
yeah.
minutes. Ryan, closing remarks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just want to say that was fun. Thanks for inviting me.
you.
Nate is very, Nate is in a bit of a troubling situation right now. He doesn't know where his friends are, but he has found some new friends in this group.
And then maybe
And,
they're imposters, and now there's mirrors everywhere.
Maybe they are,
So
but he's going to
true.
he'll go to the ends of the earth to save this little group. So
Good.
that's
Let's
where Nate is right now.
Cece, closing remark.
We would make a fucking killing as performers if we were not
So
adventurers.
true.
So
Snort,
much.
closing remark.
I'm gonna call that nat 20 I got the ultimate nat 20. That was
So
amazing.
true. So true. And Eon, final closing remark.
I'm 12 and this is so deep.
Tune in next
True.
week.
True.
Tune in next week for some more Clown Dungeon content.
Oh my
bye.
god.
Bye.